cash and a bit of razzmatazz, or in their words, make the game more watchable, accessible and entertaining, especially for younger audiences. But there's been a huge pushback, a massive no way from the current game. So what exactly is R360 and why is it controversial? Rugby union is facing challenges on a domestic level right now. There's huge financial instability across even top-tier clubs. The English game has seen leading clubs like Wasps, London Irish and Worcester go out of business in the top flight. The Welsh provincial game is in total disarray too. R360 says they would remove what are easily some clubs' biggest expenses, i.e. the big stars, and therefore make more of them profitable. So the plan is to inject a new lease of life into the sport. But how exactly? Top stars of the men and women's game playing for a franchise-based league with fixtures in cities like London, Miami, Tokyo and Lisbon. Each city would host a tournament featuring all the franchises during a short 3-month season. And though no players have officially confirmed, reports suggest around 200 have signed pre-contracts, some worth up to 750 grand. And if that's the pre-contract, you can imagine where the full wages will get to. Problem is, the rest of rugby says no. In fact, no way. The national unions from England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Italy, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia have declared any player joining R360 will be banned from test selection. World Rugby's also not approved the league. Many fear it echoes football's failed European Super League, a top-down, money-driven idea that could damage the sport's traditions. So is it dead already? Well, rugby union is at a crossroads. Some may be against it, but we know others are being swayed by the cash. So will everything work itself out? Or after the European Super League and Live Golf, have we got sport's next big scandal on our hands?
Here we go indeed. Good morning. Welcome to the talkSPORT Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark. Buy a used car and get a free to-your service plan, plus an extra £500 when you part exchange. Shop the upgrade event today. Morning, Gabster.
Good morning.
How are you, my friend?
I'm very well. How are you, mate?
I've only just in case people wonder why we say, how are you, my... I've only just seen you, right? You were sat over there in the office, I sat over there, I was having a biscuit and a cup of tea.
No, but you wasn't just doing that. You were speaking to the producer about the show.
Research.
Getting knowing
ready
exactly
for it.
what we're doing, you know. With the breakfast show, you're doing it the night before. When you get the guests that are coming on, you do it in the morning.
What a
People
guest, by the way.
understand
What a
the prep that goes
What?
into the show.
Prep? What does that mean?
Prep.
Prep. We went to prep, yeah. That's the prep we do, go to prep. Did you have a good day yesterday?
I did, mate, yeah. What did I do yesterday? I had a little nap afterwards, and then I went to watch my daughter play football.
That's nice.
And gymnastics. It's never ending, mate. It's football, it's gymnastics, it's dancing, it's acting, everything.
I played a bit of golf.
How did you do?
I played the good shots brilliantly.
Okay.
And the bad shots badly. It was quite a frustrating day.
Shots badly.
Yeah, like some of I'd drive.
Do you mean the easy shots you played well? And the hard
No, the opposite. So I'd be driving like 250 yards straight as an arrow, and I'd be going, oh my god, chip on here, I'm going to get a birdie, and then I'd chip into a lake. It'd be that.
Well, maybe use the early start as an excuse, maybe.
Felt alright, felt fine.
Yeah, but you know, it's different, isn't it? Your body's different.
No, I feel fine.
You sure?
Then I watched a movie with the Mrs. G.
You?
Yeah, we watched Good Boy with Stephen Graham. Bit weird, but good movie.
Good movie. You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Why'd you say that?
Sound a good movie.
Oh yeah, no, I think Stephen Graham's unbelievable actor. Don't you?
Nah, man, you need to watch
What?
Why don't you go and watch Michael Jackson?
Why do you want me to go and watch? And you've seen
Everyone.
You've seen it twice now, haven't you?
I know. I might go again.
So weird, Gab.
I might go again this weekend.
Why?
Because it's unbelievable.
It's not. It's
The
just
dancing,
Yeah.
the way his nephew played it.
yeah. It's convenient. The story stops in 1989.
They're bringing out.
What
another
happened
one.
after that? Why don't they carry on with the?
They're bringing out another one.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're doing
Jackson
another
2.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
That'd be
Part
interesting.
2.
How does it end then? What's the last thing?
The last part is where like it really, really becomes Michael Jackson,
Oh, right, brilliant.
and then he goes on and he starts doing his newer songs in the early 2000s. Mate, it's just unbelievable, like the level of fame that he had.
You know, when you say Michael Jackson, the second thing that pops into my mind, the first thing I can talk about is socks, right?
White Sox, yeah.
White socks. Now, there's a reason I'm saying this, because I woke up this morning, I think I've got my wife's socks on,
That's fine.
right? Thankfully, the sock drawer is next to the underwear drawer, not the same drawer, otherwise.
You're the same size feet, aren't you? It's fine.
She's got bigger feet. You know what they say about women with big feet? Right, and I thought we could do a phone-in today, times you've accidentally worn your wife's. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. Okay, fine. No, and I thought how bizarre that, I get up in the middle of the night, if you like,
Yeah,
and I'm getting dressed, I'll put the wife's socks on,
Yeah.
right? Which is fine.
Yeah, it's fine, no problem.
But then that got me thinking about Benty. Now, Benty wears what's called happy socks. Have you heard of these?
No.
They're like bright pattern socks. My mother-in-law
Yes,
buys me these for Christmas.
I've seen them.
And then I'm like, I was talking to our producer, Posh Ollie, this morning.
Yeah,
right?
Oliver.
Obviously, he doesn't wear socks. He just wears like slip-on shoes and no socks. Even in the winter, it was and the really tight trousers he wears out. I don't know what look he's going for, but that's what. And I thought you can tell a lot from a man about the socks that they wear, right? Do you not agree?
Hey, one second. Can I go get changed?
Well, my mate, years and years ago, when we used to go out like clubbing, used to wear Bart Simpson socks, which is insane, right? What you got on, Gabs?
I've got Pringle socks on, plain black.
What, the crisps?
No, Pringle. They're a make.
What do you mean? What, like back in the day? Like
Pringle are like a sock maker.
No, they're not a sock maker. What, show me what
Just plain black.
Why have you gone Pringle? Like Lyle and Scott Pringle, Gabici?
Yeah, just great. Listen, Pringle, good plug for you here.
What?
You want to send me some freebies?
Shout out Pringle.
Yep.
What can you tell from a man and his sock?
I don't think it matters. I feel like some men wear really bright socks, but everyone's got different style, don't they?
Yeah, of course they do.
I'm not a fan of people that don't wear socks.
Well, like Ollie.
Yeah, because your feet are just.
Yeah, that is weird.
Do you know what I mean? Just.
What? Well, here's the thing. I don't want to cause controversy in the office. But one of my idols, Chris Evans, down the end, right, who came up to me yesterday and said some wonderful things. I'm a big fan of him.
Big fan, yeah.
I noticed he didn't have any socks on walking around the office. What do you make of that?
I think that's great as well.
I think that's great as well. I buy Chris Evans.
Yeah, people that don't wear socks. It's
Gabby, just let me hang in there.
Sorry, mate.
Thanks, man, yeah.
Whatever he wants to do works.
He could do whatever he wants.
whatever he wants.
If you've got sock chat, you want to let us know.
Sorry,
Can
Chris.
you tell a lot about a man and his socks, or lack of socks? We've got a busy show coming up. We really do.
Yes.
And we're going to have James Cordon in the studio. How about that?
Can't wait.
Have you met him before?
I haven't.
Okay.
But,
Big West Ham fan.
Legend.
Lovely fella. It's going to be wonderful.
Loved.
We're going to start in the only place we can, and of course that's on the controversial Championship semi-final tie between Southampton and Middlesbrough. It concluded last night, and of course it was live and exclusive right here on talkSPORT.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with P. Could be playoff, could be promotion, could be punishment.
Middlesbrough bring it forward again. Britain's ball in, right-footed efforts in. What a start! 5 minutes in. It's Middlesbrough that take the lead. Manning bringing the ball forward now for Southampton. Left-footed ball flipped in. Stewart! Narrowly wide. Plenty of grappling going on inside the 6-yard box. It's teased in towards the far post. What a save from Bryn as a volley came in. Southampton bubbling in on the follow-up. And have equalised in first half stoppage time. Next ball in. Oh! It's gone in! It's 2 on Southampton. A freakish goal that might send them to Wembley. And Southampton have won. K Sarah, they're going to Wembley. Maybe. Southampton 2, Middlesbrough 1 after extra time.
Yeah, that's how it sounded live on talkSPORT. We'll talk about the controversy that surrounded it in just a moment. But what did you make of the game, Gabster?
I thought Middlesbrough started the game off the better team, scored a very good goal. Southampton looked a bit nervy at the start, but then Southampton took control. They're the better team. I know they finished on the same points.
Yeah.
It was 80 points, but Southampton were far the better team, had more second half. Middlesbrough, they couldn't get out. They couldn't get any attacks going.
It must be frustrating to the goal that eventually won it for them to concede like that. It's
I've seen goals like that before.
Should the defender flick it away? Should the gogoalkeeper get to it?
It's hard, isn't it? Because the defender's gone to head it, and maybe he thinks like, I'm stretching. If I touch it, I'm going to score an own goal.
It did look like that.
The goalkeeper's expecting the defender to head it. It was unlucky, but it was deserved. They had by far the better bench. The subs that they were able to bring on.
Yeah.
Southampton. But it was one hell of a spicy game, mate.
It was very spicy.
It was kicking off. The managers were kicking off. It just felt like a game that you'd love to be involved in, where like I could imagine every player on the pitch wanted to kick each other.
Yeah,
you can't. You got to be careful. Thought the referee was outstanding. You know, not to give a red card.
How nice is it to have a game without VAR?
It was amazing.
There was a penalty incident in that where was he pulled back? Was he not? And it was just like. The refs decided, and then you just move on with the game. I really like that.
There was loads.
Yeah.
There was like 3 penalty incidents between the both teams, and the referee. The referee was probably thinking, if I'm not 100%, I'm not giving it. And that's how we've loved the game.
I agree.
It was play on, tackles that maybe could have been a red card. Wasn't even a yellow card at times, because when slowed down, it looks a lot worse. I really enjoyed the game, and I loved the spice that was going on in the game as well between both teams.
So Southampton, they're heading to Wembley, or are they? Martin Ziegler is reporting in the Times that they could face new sporting sanctions for their rule breaches, including expulsion from the playoff final on May the 23rd. A game, of course, you can hear live on talkSPORT. What do you make of that? That for me, that's just insanity to suggest.
Overkill.
That. Yeah.
Listen, I get it. Spygate, spying, it's not on. But what would they really learned from watching Middlesbrough's training? That's what was so bizarre from Southampton. What are you going to learn that you can't go and look at every video of Middlesbrough's games this season and understand what they did from set pieces, what's their tactics going to be? And you're by far the better team for me than Middlesbrough. So it's very hard. But to say that there's a chance of what Middlesbrough going, it's not going to happen, mate. It's too much of a short turnaround.
When you see football clubs now overspending and getting done for financial fair play, all they've done is dock points, right? Imagine saying to one of the clubs, right, you've broken the rules, we'll kick you out of the league.
Yeah. What about Man City? When we finally find out what's happening,
that's ever going to be found out, is it?
115 charges. When will it be? 2040?
Yeah.
Okay. All those titles you won. No, come on, it's not going to happen.
No, it won't.
Let's be realistic. And Southampton players haven't done anything. The Southampton fans haven't done anything. It's the football club. It's the manager that's maybe allowed that to happen. Massive fine and
move on.
Yeah, move on. I don't think you can start saying, okay, Middlesbrough are going to the final, or Hull are going straight up, or Southampton start with less points if they get promoted. Well, that's nonsense.
It's obviously on everyone's mind because for the second time in 4 days, Southampton boss Tom Eckhart's press conference was ended early due to more questions about Spygate. Middlesbrough's Kim Hellberg said he was heartbroken by the defeat and calls Saints' behaviour disgraceful. Now, on the Sports Bar last night, O'Hara and Cundy discussed whether or not Southampton were bang out of order.
Oh, I don't think it's cheating.
What do you mean?
Just don't get caught.
What do you mean? It's cheating.
It's not cheating.
It is a form of cheating.
It's not a form of cheating, but if you are cheating, don't get caught.
Is texting another woman cheating?
What are you saying to her?
Well,
you tell me what I'm saying, I'll tell you it's cheating.
We're just having a little chat. We're having a,
No, it's not cheating.
We're having a little chat, be a bit flirty.
Right, okay, what am I saying? You give me the context of the text, and I'll tell you it's cheating.
Say, I see you at the bar the other day. I got your number, and I thought I'd give you a message. I thought you look really pretty.
That's not cheating in my book.
You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace.
Oh, that's not cheating, is it?
What do you mean? It's a form of cheating.
It's not.
It is.
No, it's not. It's fine.
You can't get away with that.
No, I think you wouldn't.
You can't get
away
away
but here's the thing. I ain't got caught. Delete the text.
Dangerous game.
They actually know they're on air having that conversation.
Dangerous game that is, mate.
Yeah, I like the way O'Hara said, I seen you in the bar, didn't it? I was like, I think you said that before then. Yeah, that was a little bit too quick, wasn't it?
Just got married 2 weeks ago. Be careful, guys. Be very careful. Imagine.
It's okay because he presents one of the biggest shows on radio, doesn't he?
Exactly.
He's a famous soccer
player.
player.
No one would ever leave a guy that does that.
No one would ever leave
that. Never, ever. He'd be stupid.
Unless he doesn't have his own parking post. All right? So is it cheating or not? Not the girl bit, the football bit.
Listen,
what's your view on it?
I think it is cheating, but I would look at it and say, what are they really learning from it? Some people might say it's clever. I don't agree with that. I've seen some people say it's clever. Have Middlesbrough got to do better to stop people being able to do that?
Yeah.
Where are they training? You know, like, can they block out their training sessions, which you shouldn't have to do? I get it. But I'll just look at the two games. Middlesbrough were the better team in the first leg. Southampton took their chances in the second leg. Middlesbrough were wasteful in that first leg. But I think someone's got to come out and make a statement and say, listen, Southampton, you can prepare for the final. There won't be anything of the sort that you're going to be kicked out of the playoff final.
Also, so if they're kicked out, what happens?
Does Middlesbrough play Hull?
So they've lost the game on aggregate, and then they're reinstated.
I think Hull.
I think that's even as mad.
Yeah, and then Middlesbrough go up. Then Hull might kick off and say,
"Yeah, we shouldn't be playing them." Yeah, you're right. You're going to have a big can of worms.
Big can of worms. And Simon Jordan said yesterday, didn't he, that for
what did he say? Say it exactly how he said it.
You know, it's going to be absolute carnage if Southampton win. I mean, the FA would very hope so.
Hold on.
The FA would very much hope so that, Middlesbrough win the game.
Right, Simon. Oh, don't know what happened there. Went into a time loop. Right, you can give us a call this morning, 03717223334. You can give us your calls, Southampton fans, Borough fans, and, of course, the rest of you. What should happen next? Should Saints be thrown out the playoffs? That's madness. Or I think a fine would be fine.
Or make a new rule. Make a new rule that you know.
From now.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
You make a rule. Yeah, it's not just a fine.
So if you break the law, look, that's the law you broke.
That's the law you've broken, forfeit, cheating.
Yeah.
You forfeit the next game.
I agree with that.
You're out of the playoffs.
Coming up next, Pep's going to have his say on VAR once again. We'll find out what he said. And someone has just stormed the studio. Chris Evans is not happy about what Gabby said about... It wasn't me, was it? He heard it was Gabby. Nothing to do with me. It was Gabby Agbonlahor said that. At 9 minutes past. Chris Evans is coming next. Okay. Chris Evans in the studio. Me and Gabs might just have a little toilet break.
Christ on a bike. If you don't win it from now, in terms of beating Burnley and beating Crystal Palace, they've got nothing to play for either side, then you don't deserve to be champions, do you?
And so what would you be doing then on that Monday afterwards? Would you be coming in on that bank holiday so you can give it to me? Would you not bother turning up if Arsenal win it?
It's not about giving it to you. It's about holding things to account. No one's really interested in your personal objectives.
So we're so close to this. So at the end of the day...
The question is, do you now think that Arsenal should now win the league?
They're in as good a position.
So if they don't win the league now, that would be relatively inexcusable.
Well, why is he? When we get
and if City were in this position,
just a minute,
I'd be saying the same thing.
Why were you?
It was a City bias.
Why were you not saying that at the beginning of last week? When Man City were in that position, when Man City get a point,
because I'm delighted.
Only a point.
I'm delighted that Man City, because I'm delighted that Man City aren't going to win the league. Who wants a monopoly?
Who wants it?
That? Well, why wouldn't I do? I'm not frightened of saying things. You seem to be unwilling to say certain things. You don't want to name pundits.
No, because I've been in this journey before.
Yeah, because you're
they're very flippant. It's very flippant
to what people are going to say.
Well, it's very flippant to dismiss.
Put your proverbial on the block and say it, and people criticise you or they won't criticise you.
I think quietly behind the scenes.
Have they won it, Martin?
No, they haven't won it, Jim. They've got 2 games to play. Look at Man City, what we're dealing with, and creating an energy. Will Pep be there? Won't he be there? Bernardo Silva hanging up his boots to go somewhere else. There's a drive and an energy to get to the finishing line. You're up against Pep here. Let's not discount that. You have to earn this.
You're not up against Pep. You're up against Burnley and Crystal Palace.
That's it.
And if you don't beat Burnley and Crystal Palace...
No, it's like a tug of war.
No,
you're on that rope, and that rope's starting to come Arsenal's way.
Right.
ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win? Because we're giving one lucky listener the chance to win a massive £25,000. Oh my God. Go to talksport.com/win to enter now, and you could win 25 grand in your hand, tax free.
Oh, that's incredible.
Get that winning feeling courtesy of talkSPORT Win.
Thank you very much.
Find out how to enter now at talksport.com/win.
Morning, everyone. You're listening to the Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor alongside me. I've got the running order in front of me. We were at 6 o'clock, and it's changed
Apologies
now.
to Sam Quirk, who's got a stunning back page review ready to go.
I'm so glad you finished that sentence. Chris Evans is with us in the studio.
Yeah, morning.
How are you, sir? Good morning, Chris Evans?
I'm very well. I just want to clear up the sock thing.
It's Gabby. It's nothing to do with me.
No. There's no need for finger pointing at all.
Hold on, before you say, can I just point out, in case people have just turned on the radio, so earlier on, Gabby was slagging off Chris Evans, suggesting that he walks around the office floor without...
Don't say that, mate. I'll get sacked.
All right? I love the fact you do that.
You were discussing socks, whether or not you should wear socks. You were discussing the socks you got on today. You got Pringles socks on. Then this chap over here, he says, Pringle, what's Pringle? They make Chris or whatever. They're like one of the biggest golfing brands in the world. I thought you were a golfer, man.
I was just playing with him.
No, you weren't playing at all.
I just assumed he had two tubes on his feet.
All right. Talking of tubes, right, back to what we were saying before. So I am with you. You can't not have socks if you've got shoes on. But obviously, I'm around the office barefoot, which is different.
Now, why?
We'll get onto that in a bit.
Okay.
So it's to do with toe scrubbing. But yeah. Toe scrubbing. I know you're going to get Gabby. It's your next thing, mate.
Okay, let's go.
But if you don't wear socks and you're wearing footwear other than socks, your feet do start to eat the inside of the shoe. There's no doubt about that.
I'll get sore feet.
So look, I'm definitely socks with footwear.
See?
Okay.
But then the second the show starts, I'm barefoot in the park.
No problem with that.
Here's the thing. So you've run in this morning. You went to the station.
I don't like to talk about it.
Right? You ran in 26 miles.
You ran the marathon, didn't you?
26 miles.
Is it true you've still got your medal on?
Both of them on. I'm not
full
taking
Gary Davis.
As Woody Allen said, they cost me a fortune. I'm not taking them off.
He looks a little bit like Gary Davis sometimes.
Like Gary Davis. You're showing your age there.
Mate, have you seen him? He's nearly 70. He looks like...
Thanks.
He looks like 35. He's a very handsome man. Ooh.
Start reversing quicker than that.
Ooh, Gary.
He looks like Gary. He won't remember Gary Davis.
Ooh, Andy Goldstein.
He had great hair, by the way.
He's still got grey hair.
Is it dark or is it all grey?
Yesterday, when we had our little... It was a beautiful moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I went for a comfort break, right? And then I thought, I'm going to go see Andy, just say hello, good luck, blah, blah. Sounds great already. I've been listening, blah, blah, blah. And as I'm coming into the studio here, he's behind me, right? Because he's also been for a comfort break. I could hear like Romeo and Juliet. It was meant to be.
I was very honoured.
And then we turned around. I didn't know what to say. I honestly, I really fanboyed. Yeah. I said things I didn't mean. I didn't.
Hold on. There's no complimentary. What do you mean?
No,
but
things I didn't
no,
mean.
like you said, do you want to come on the show? And I went, I haven't got time. Okay. I'm like, I've never said that before in my life to anybody about a show ever. I didn't compliment you on your hair. And by the way, I didn't see you look down at my feet. That was a sneaky look, man.
Yeah, well, because you were in front of me.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
And I thought, why are we letting people like that in the building? Yeah. And then I realised it was you.
Yeah. The management was saying the same for years.
Here's my question, Mike. So you've run this morning, okay?
He's got a question.
You've run this morning, and now you're going to take your shoes and socks off.
Yeah.
Sweaty feet, man, in the office.
No, because I'm a shuffler. I don't really run that much.
No, Gabby's a shuffler. Oh, that's something else. Oh, but your shoes and socks, and they're all going to be a little bit sweaty because you've had a full... Chris, they are.
I'll do it now.
Let Gabby smell them. Gabby, will you smell Chris's feet?
So I've got my wife's socks on. Honestly,
So was he.
I know I've been. How do you think, Gabby? How do you think I know all this stuff? Am I a fortune teller? Or here's the thing: I might have been listening to the show. That's how it all started, isn't it?
Chris wrote the show this morning before we came
By the
on
way,
it.
I'm with it.
The show's already fun. Little Benty last night, right? Like a little lost child.
He texted me
looking for his mum.
He texted me when
you
you
got
back?
you got to bring him with you.
I've asked him.
It's got to be Gabs and Benty.
He lives too far away, and also I got Gabs.
No, Gabs is great, but you.
Benty was looking around the studio like, "Where's Andy?"
I know.
No. But I know it was.
Do you know what, Chris? I heard Drive yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was only then I realised how good I am. When I realised I wasn't on.
Let's
All
do
right.
that one with him. He's going to get himself.
Sometimes you turn on. I go. No. I'll go forward.
His vehicle is reversing.
I go forward with it, Chris. I was like,
Why don't you just do both?
I should get more money. Someone said to me I should do both.
Mate.
I should do both, maybe.
You would do both as well.
He would.
Damn right, I do both.
Coming at breakfast tomorrow, and again tomorrow night, and maybe at lunchtime.
So would you, Chris.
No,
we
I
love what we do, right? We love what we do.
Yeah, we love what we do, but you know, there's a limit.
Going back
Two
to
shows is my
Actually,
limit.
I've got to go. I've actually got to go on another show now.
Have one more question though. Andy did say that you can tell a lot by a man by socks. You agree with that?
I don't agree with anything he says, but I love it. Listen to it.
Would you like give someone a job if they came for it? And it, isn't it unlucky to put your shoes on the table? I was always told that.
You sound like Rip from Yellowstone. Don't put your hat on the bed. No cowboy puts his hat on the bed.
You had him on your show.
I did.
What was he like?
He was amazing.
Yeah, both.
Nothing. I mean, obviously he's an actor, but nothing. I mean, like half the size.
Do you know he's
10 UK.
What?
Are you size 10?
Why are you looking at his shoes? What's the matter with
I'm
you?
a size 10.
Yeah,
Well, he's
you-
not going to give them to you.
They might sign them and give me
Just
them.
take them. He won't know.
Are they size 10?
Listen, I gotta go.
Can we have your shoes, Chris? Can we?
They are size
Have 'em.
10.
There you go. See you later. I don't need
Do you know what?
I must go get
I'm
for
a
the
no
Eats.
shoe. I'm a no shoe guy.
Do you know what? Chris has done that for comical value. He ain't getting them back. They were eBay. Buy it now. $4.99.
Yeah. I'll sign him. You get less.
Right, Chris Evans. I'll leave the door wide open. Just leave the door wide open, Chris. It's fine. Should we go and burst onto his show in a minute? I think we should do that now.
So I've got Chris Evans trainers.
Yeah, and I've got his socks.
What do I can get for them, mate?
I think you'll get something you need cream for. That's what I think you'll get for him. Coming up, we'll turn our attention back to sport and hear from Middlesbrough fan who believes there's no way Southampton should be kicked out of the playoffs. You're listening to The Breakfast Show. James Corden will be joining us in about 2 hours' time in the studio.
Leeds, they had injuries. They weren't really at the races.
Oh, they should have won it, though. Leeds should have won it.
Yeah, because we fell apart. We fell apart, mate.
False that.
Yeah, but
Don't blame Leeds. Don't stand on a proper West Ham.
I'm not blaming Leeds, but Leeds were there to get beat tonight. It wasn't a great performance from Leeds, right? But once we scored, we went 1-0 up, right?
Yeah.
And we fell apart. We were bottling it all over the park. No one had any bottle to get on the ball, to make a pass, to have some structure. There was no pattern of our play. Everything that De Zerbi's probably been working on with them just went completely out the window.
Well-
There's 11 players just out there hoping that something might happen.
I thought it was a good point. I thought it was a decent point,
Is
mate.
that what you're going to say for 2 hours? You're just going to say it's a good point? Right.
Well, you could have come away
Ain't
with
a good-
nothing. And I tell you what's worse, losing. That's worse.
I know, mate, but that's not a good point. We're at home. Out of the 3 games we got left, that's the easiest
How many
game.
points have you picked up this season at home?
I don't know. Not many.
Right, not many. So that's a good point.
I don't think we've won at home for 5 months. I know, but come on.
5 months. I've had a hair transplant. It's going to grow back. I'll have a hair transplant. It's going to grow back by the time you next win at home. That's how long it's been. I only had a hair transplant about 6 weeks ago.
Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that performance. What is Matthias Dell doing? What?
Oh, it's a
Tell me.
brilliant finish. What are you on about?
Oh, the goal's a great goal. What's he doing in his box? What is he doing? A bicycle kick.
Yeah.
A bicycle kick in your own box when you're in the bottom three, when you can't see what's around you, and he's trying to do a bicycle kick. Honestly, what's he doing?
Can we...
Ever fancied having a beer in the stands while watching your team at the Emirates, or at Anfield, or at Stamford Bridge? Well, this season you actually can. Drinking alcohol in the stands at Premier League games may still be illegal, but the Women's Super League is doing something different. And here's how we got there. Back in the 1980s, football had a serious image problem. The sport was plagued by violence, pitch invasions and beer-fuelled chaos. Then, in 1985, Margaret Thatcher's government stepped in. They introduced the Sporting Events Control of Alcohol Act, banning alcohol in view of the pitch across England and Wales. Since then, many fans and clubs have called for the law to be relaxed. But despite attempts to change things over the years, authorities just haven't been convinced fans can be trusted. But in January 2025, something did change. The Women's Championship, now called the WSL2, launched a trial allowing fans to drink in the stands. The reasoning? Well, fans at women's matches tend to behave differently. Less aggression, more family-friendly vibes. As a result, select WSL and WSL2 stadiums are now allowing fans to drink alcohol in view of the pitch. It's been a landmark move showing growing trust in fans and recognising that women's football is building its own culture. So could the men's game be the next to leave the 1980s behind? Well, maybe, if fans can prove they can handle a pint without pitching it at someone. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Until then, it's Bovril all around. Cheers to that.
Morning, everyone. This is the talkSPORT Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Gabby Agbonlahor is here for the ride, and Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. The big story, the big one you're waking up to this morning is what the punishment should be for Southampton for spying on Middlesbrough ahead of their playoff semi-final. Can they be kicked out of the final? I say no. Gabby says no as well.
No.
I think it's madness. Stuart, the Southampton fan. I wonder what he'll say. Good morning, Stuart.
Good morning, Stuart.
Good morning, boys. How are we?
Yeah, good, man. Very well. How are you today?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit of a sore throat from last night. It was great.
Screaming at the telly, were you?
No, I was there. The game.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, the ref was horrendous, and I thought he was going to lose control.
Well, do you know what? We were talking about that earlier on, about games without VAR in. Even though you're going to get some really poor decisions, sometimes I think the flow of the game is much better. If there's a goal, if there's an incident and the ref blows his whistle, makes a call, it's done and we move on. I really do like that.
Throughout the season, it's been like that, and we've had some big calls against us and some big calls for us. So, for me, the Championship's the league to be in.
I think for me, Stuart, as well, being an attacker, when you score a goal, you used to always look at the linesman and say, "Oh, flag's not up, goals. No matter what I've scored." Now, you're scared to do a celebration in the Premier League because they're going to find a way to disallow the goal somehow.
Yeah, and the Spygate stuff is really getting to me now.
Yeah,
like, we've not been proven of anything yet, or disproven. I understand that, But like you said earlier, us supporters and the team's done nothing wrong. We need to enjoy the moment, and we're off to Wembley.
Can I ask? You are right. You are innocent until proven guilty. If it is proved to be that there was a spy in the camp, what do you think the punishment will and should be?
I think it should just be a fine and move on. You know, all this.
I bet you do.
What are they going to do? What can they do? They're not. It's not fair on Millwall, is it? If they lose.
What do you mean it's not fair on Millwall?
Well, if Middlesbrough then go straight through because they lost.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Surely they should have had a playoff between Millwall and Middlesbrough.
Imagine that.
To play home.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, mate. I think there's too much going on with it. The game's in what? Is it 2 weeks' time?
Yeah.
When you get lawyers involved and stuff, I don't think
there's no way in a million years they'll be kicked out. It just won't happen.
Yeah,
and you're right. You make a very good point that these things do take time.
Oh, of course.
So it will be a retrospective.
And there's no rule in the rule book that says if you get caught spying, you get kicked out of the game. So you can't make up a new rule.
No, but they still make up rules for if you breach FFP, right?
Exactly.
They come out with a 4-point, 6-point. They literally make it up on the spot.
Some teams' cases get done within a few months.
Yeah.
Some 20 years.
Man City.
Incredible, isn't it?
I think there'll be a day in about 15 years where someone goes, "What happened to the Man City cases?" And you go, "Oh, I forgot about that."
Yeah.
They're sweeping it under the carpet so well, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder where. I mean, there's no official state. I don't know why I'm talking about that because it won't come to fruition. We'll just never find out.
It's just odd, isn't it? Just make a decision and then you go from there. But the Spygate issue is going to be talked about for the whole day. But come on, you got to speak sense and just say, listen, Southampton, you're in the wrong. Stupid thing to do.
And also, what would they have learnt from it?
Exactly. It's not as if they've learnt something from spying and that's the reason they won over 2 legs.
The goal,
the better team.
The goal that eventually won it, right? That didn't come from a spy saying, if you're on the right hand side and you curl one in, there's confusion between the defender and the goalkeeper.
But what I'll tell you though, if I was Middlesbrough, I'm throwing everything at it.
Oh God, yeah,
everything.
I'm going for it.
Oh,
get him kicked out of the league.
The best lawyers
kicked
possible.
Out of the league.
Yes.
I don't think anyone. I hope it doesn't happen. I think it'd be nuts.
If you're Hull, you're just like, yeah. Maybe Hull get involved.
Yeah, Hull should. It'd be like Palace and Villa. Yeah. Was it? No, Palace and
Forest.
It'd be like that, wouldn't it?
Hilarious, mate.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.
No.
In fact, Borough fans, we do have some good news for you. If you fancy £25,000 in your hand, completely tax-free, then listen up. In fact, everyone listen up, because at talkSPORT, our competition's just got a whole lot bigger, with even more prizes up for grabs to give you that winning feeling. Head to talksportwin.com to enter. And for full T's and C's. Is that all that the read is? Oh, well done.
Oh, wow.
Good. You just about 2 hours worth. Right. Now, on the back page of the Times this morning, Jose Mourinho close to a sensational Madrid return. In an eventful 3 years at Madrid, Mourinho won 1 league title, 1 Copa del Rey, but could have even more success second time round. What do you make of the fact that Jose has been linked back to Real Madrid?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Especially after what happened this season against Benfica, Real Madrid, and his comments after that first leg about Vinny Jr. That, like...
Well, I assume he'll go. I mean, there's no way that those two can be...
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? And Mbappe wasn't happy with him on the sideline.
Rightly so, by the way.
Yeah, I just feel like the carnage that's at Real Madrid now. You got Valverde and Tchouaméni fighting. There's problems. Look what Vinny Jr. done with Xavi Alonso, where he gets substituted and goes down the tunnel. I just think it's chaos, that football club. You add Mourinho into that, all the best.
Yeah.
Egos.
Yeah, it'd be too much. To give us more on this, let's bring in talkSPORT's wonderful Ben Jacobs to give us more. Morning, Ben.
Morning,
how you doing?
Ben.
Good morning. How's it going?
All well, mate.
Good, man. We find this story not difficult to believe, but nothing in football surprises us anymore. But even when you read this one, were you a little bit eyebrow raised or not?
Yeah, simply because Real Madrid are trying to move forwards, and reappointing Jose Mourinho will be seen almost like when Liverpool brought a series of names back. And I'm sure that Real will bill it as so-called back to the future, which is what Liverpool did when Michael Edwards, for example, returned. And yet Jose Mourinho will divide opinion within Real Madrid. So this is Florentino Perez doubling down. He did an astonishing press conference yesterday in which he said that he's been personally attacked and that there's an absurdity to some of the reporting around him. Barcelona responded to some of the things he said and said that they are analysing those comments and could take legal action. And Perez said that he won't resign and that he'll put in process the next set of elections. So this is fascinating because it's no longer about Real Madrid taking collective, collaborative decisions. This is Perez driving an appointment of Jose Mourinho. And there are people within Real Madrid, including, I'm told, some players that are not necessarily in favour of Jose Mourinho returning, and yet Perez will take the final say. And right now I can tell you there's virtually an agreement in principle to bring Jose Mourinho back, and we'll have to see what those ramifications are, because there's so much to fix at Real Madrid after a season of no silverware.
Ben, it's not my football club, so I want him to get the job because I want to see chaos. I think it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
The egos that are at Real Madrid, I could just see already. Mourinho doesn't start Vinny Jr., chaos. Mourinho brings off Mbappe. Mourinho doesn't play Mbappe where he wants to play. I can just see chaos at that football club, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, Jose Mourinho does know how to manage big dressing rooms, so I think Real Madrid will feel that he can shoulder that burden. But you're right in what you point out, that there's a lot of forthright players. And I think PSG in particular are looking at the current Mbappe Real Madrid situation, even though he's scored a ton of goals, and basically feeling that it vindicates their decision to part ways, albeit acrimoniously. And Real Madrid still are full of Galacticos. That is part of their identity. It's never going to necessarily change, but do they have that team chemistry? Certainly not compared to a side like PSG. So Mourinho will be coming in to handle the culture and the dressing room, but he'll have to win silverware immediately. And if Real replicate this season under Mourinho or any new manager, then not only will that new manager be under immediate pressure, but Florentino Perez will be as well. So this feels a bit of a Hail Mary in some respects, and it's an appointment that will be popular with some fans, popular with the wider football community, but will divide opinion within Real Madrid, both in terms of internally and likely some fans as well.
Ben, moving on a bit, we've been talking since we came on air, 42 minutes ago, about Southampton, Middlesbrough, Spygate, etc. Where are we at with that? What's the latest with the sanctions?
Well, I think the reality is that the EFL have got a big decision to make, and it will be an expedited hearing. So although true and a valid point that you both made, it may be difficult to resolve this between now and the playoff final, because Southampton have their own legal rights and will delay naturally and want more time. The EFL's position, and Middlesbrough, of course, endorsing this, is to try and get clarity as soon as possible, and actually before the playoff final. So we've got a very strange situation where Southampton are against Hull City. Southampton think they're at Wembley. They are. That game is going ahead, and Middlesbrough are out. And yet, Middlesbrough will make a quick and decisive argument for not a fine, like Leeds United, but a sporting sanction. And the precedent for that could come if, and it's a big if, Middlesbrough can prove that this was not a one-off, it was persistent. And that's why they are in the process of gathering evidence from what they allege to be multiple other championship clubs that say Southampton was spying on them as well. So therefore, there's more of a season-long potential alleged sporting advantage.
Ben, let me ask you, I can't see in a million years that they will be kicked out of this playoff final, right? And I just can't see, even if they win it and they get to the Premier League, I just can't see any backdated sanction whatsoever other than a fine. Can you see this going a little bit silly?
I think there's only a middle ground punishment, which is a sporting sanction, which isn't what you mentioned, and that is a forfeit for the first leg. And therefore, the EFL would have in their potential list of punishments the dispensation say, we're not going to give you a points deduction, we're not going to kick you out of the playoffs, but we are going to determine that alleged cheating ahead of the first leg warrants, say, walkover. So then it would be 3-0 to Middlesbrough, 2-1 to Southampton. Borough would go through on the aggregate score, and that's probably Borough's best hope. It's maybe seen as possible by some sources.
What about Southampton
It's less
fans?
about can you legally argue it, and it's more about can you argue it in time.
Ben, what about Southampton fans? They booked their travel, hotels, maybe, whatever they've needed for the final. Tickets, it just seems a bit of a mess, doesn't it, to try and change?
Yeah, and I think that's what Southampton will argue, that they need more time. And if they get more time, then it's a non-starter. And if the playoff final happens and Southampton go up, they're up. If the playoff final happens and they lose to Hull City, then maybe the EFL feel that it can be swept a bit more under the carpet. But make no mistake, Borough, despite what's said publicly, will continue to train, will continue to wait, will continue to push. And if they get that walkover in time, and in time is the key point, then they will feel that they still stand at least a glimmer of hope of being in this playoff final.
Middlesbrough won't, the players won't be going on holiday now. They literally will wait and train and hope they're going to the final. That's amazing.
At least the next 24, 48 hours, that's my understanding, that they'll be on standby because this could legally resolve itself relatively quickly.
I'd be stunned. Ben, you're a superstar for getting up so early. Thanks so much. Always a pleasure. Have a good day.
Guys.
Thanks, man.
What a mess, though.
It is a mess, but you made a great point about the fans and the paid tickets and travelling and all that.
Like, you took time off work. You can't. Like, they've got to make a decision today.
Imagine saying to the players, you can't go away yet. You can't go to Dubai or Vegas or wherever you're going to go.
Can't go holidays. Yeah, just wait around. Let's train and wait for the phone to ring.
Imagine you having that.
Southampton's lawyers haven't addressed it yet. They need a few days. Mate, it's chaos for the EFL. Good luck.
It would be. A big thanks again to talkSPORT's Ben Jacobs. Right, still to come on the all-singing, all-dancing breakfast show.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
We have what?
Rupert.
You missed Rupert from yesterday. Yeah. Not Rupert Bell. Rupert on his. Maybe he should phone in.
Rupert Bell.
Maybe Rupert on his balcony should phone up, shouldn't he? Rupert, if you're listening, without your potty mouth, phone us to let us know what's happening. If Rupert does phone, he'll be part of an unbelievable show because still to come, none other than the BAFTA, Emmy, Tony-winning actor and huge West Ham fan James Cordon will be right here in the studio. And how about this? Multi-platinum singer, TV presenter, our mate, the wonderful Ollie Murs, also joins us ahead of the 20th anniversary of Soccer Aid. What a lineup! Don't go away. That was our breakfast preview with our good friends at Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Afternoon, boys.
So, yeah, as we said earlier on to Andy Brasso, it looks like it was moving on apace, the Jose to Madrid train. So, where are we at?
Yeah, that certainly seems to be the direction of travel. In fact, it's been suggested to me this afternoon that it's virtually agreed now that Real Madrid are going to reunite with Jose Mourinho. Of course, he's in charge of Benfica at the moment. He's had a pretty successful period since returning to Portuguese football, but there is a break clause in his contract at the end of the season that means a club can pay Benfica €3 million. He'll be a free agent, and that will enable him to move on. As I say, I think it will be back to the Bernabeu. I'm fascinated to see how this works out. It's been described to me as Real Madrid's worst season in a number of years. We heard about that dressing room bust-up last week between two of their star players. Obviously, it was a dismal defeat in the Clásico to Barcelona, handing them the title. So there's a lot of work to be done. But it's not the first time that Florentino Perez has gone back to someone that he knows. And I think in Jose Mourinho, they see someone who can come in and assert that dressing room authority that maybe Xabi Alonso.
Chris O'Dowd! When you get the offer to be the voice of a sheep.
Yes, you can only dream, really.
Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser. How much of Rip does your husband in real life have about him?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a man.
He's a dude. Kirsty and Phil!
Can we talk about one other thing?
We can talk about loads of things. It's an interview.
Wake up, it's a beautiful morning.
Morning, everyone. It's 6:51. It's the Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor alongside. Time now for a quick coffee break and a look at the back pages with Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Freshly ground Costa coffee for a quality day.
Samantha Queck is with us in the studio.
Oh, full title.
Yeah, you like anyone call you Samantha?
Only my mum.
What, when you like not cleaned your room up?
No, like, you know, when you'd be in the supermarket as a kid,
Yeah.
and she'd be
Samantha.
looking for you. She put her phone voice on. Samantha.
Oh, she's
Normally
quite
it's like, Sam, where are you?
Oh, wait, Sam, you good?
Yeah, good. And I do have some gorgeous headlines.
All right,
Ready for you, like
before
Chris
you read
said.
them out, sock chat.
100% socks every single time.
Okay, but what about if a man's got like funny socks on? Do you like them?
No,
They've got just plain socks.
plain simple socks.
He's got Pringle socks on. What do you make of that?
But I'm a bit of a sock. I need socks as well. I've got a thing that they need to be clean. They can't
Right,
be folded in your shoe.
Agreed.
They can't be wet or sweaty.
What about the big like bed socks that my kids wear? You know, I've got two girls, the big fluffies. Do you like them?
No.
Why don't you like them? They look nice and comfy.
No, they're a bit slippy, aren't they?
They are very slippy. Yeah.
Slippy.
Yeah.
Don't wear socks to bed as well. What's that about?
Yeah, that is a bit strange. Producer Ollie doesn't wear any socks in the summer and has
Oh,
tight trousers. What?
Doesn't he?
No, and there's like slip on. What are they called? The shoes that the Essex boys. No, what are they called? Boat loafers. That's the one I'm looking for. Loafers. Where's them? What do you think of that?
Yeah, we should have those little peekaboo socks. So it looks like you're not wearing socks, but
Ankle socks.
there's a sock for everyone. Producer Ollie.
There is there's a sock for every shoe.
Yeah.
Okay. What you got for us?
Of course, lots of chat about Spygate and Southampton. And to add to the further shadow over that victory, Southampton's Taylor Harwood-Bellis has been reported for making comments of a discriminatory nature after exchanging words between him and Luke Ayling. So that's going to be officially reported by the referee. Also, as well, Pep is on the back of most papers ahead of their game tonight against Crystal Palace, basically saying that his players should not expect any decisions from the officials, and says VAR is a flip of a coin and he's never trusted it since it's arrived in England. I mean,
Little dig that is.
yeah, but Pep, you know, best Premier League, one of the best Premier League managers
yeah.
ever. I mean, do we seriously now need to consider either bin and VAR, making
I don't
VAR
think-
less
I don't
complicated?
think we'll ever bin it.
No, it's too important on the big decisions.
It's too
It's
much
the grey
money.
areas,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I mean, for argument's sake, the goal. I don't want to dwell on it, but the West Ham goal at the weekend, right?
Yes.
That would be given without VAR, and you look back and you go, okay, I can see why it wasn't given. So it does make this. It gets more right than wrong, right?
But it just kills the fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does totally kill
If
the
I was a player now or a fan in the stadium, I'm just like, it's not the same. The game's not the same.
No, I agree with that.
You know, you celebrate a goal now and you're like, can I do a crazy celebration? I mean, Jurgen Klinsmann back in the day doing a Klinsmann.
The dive, yeah.
Honestly, like, you risk injuring yourself doing a Klinsmann celebration.
Jurgen,
nowadays.
it wasn't given.
Jurgen,
You're offside.
Sorry, mate. Before we do the Klinsmann, let's wait to see if someone's kicked someone 2 minutes ago.
I think it's the time. In every other sport, they seem to get it right. Every sport you think about who's got like either a TMO, an official, Hawkeye, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
It's just the waiting around in football. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, although you do get to celebrate it twice.
Not the same, is it?
No, I know, but you do get two, right?
Not the same, though.
No.
The first celebration, the second one's like...
But you can also celebrate...
Let's go again, guys.
You can celebrate someone's downfall. Like Arsenal would have celebrated.
Yes.
When the goal was disallowed, right? I'm not a fan of it anyway.
I'm not.
No.
Right, enough far chat. Arsenal, though, Ben White out with a significant medial knee ligament injury. Definitely out for the rest of the season of the Premier League, Champions League, and quite likely the World Cup.
Yeah.
Big loss for them. I think Timber's not played, has he?
Yeah, it's a big loss. Yeah, need Timber back, but at least they've got cover with mascara. I like it.
I think Arsenal fans prefer him over...
Yes, over Ben White,
anyway.
yeah. But Ben White's better on the ball. That's the difference. But I thought Gary Neville in commentary was a bit harsh when he said that he didn't go in hard enough. That's why he's done his knee during the game.
Okay.
I thought that was quite harsh from Gary Neville in commentary.
That can be a thing there, right?
Yeah, I get it, but I think when someone's just gone down injured like that...
Okay, yeah, but like what you're saying is have a bit of respect.
Exactly. But Ben White won't be happy because I think he would have went to the World Cup.
Yes, I think he would have gone to the World Cup. Yeah, I agree with that.
So, yeah, horrible injury though.
Yeah, we wish him well.
Yes.
What else you got, Sam? Samantha?
Yeah, just Jack Draper.
Samantha, clear this room up.
Samantha. Yes, Andy Murray is going to be Jack Draper's coaching. Of course, Murray coached Djokovic last year. He's had a bit of a break, but he's also been a mentor to Jack Draper previously, and Draper's now ranked second behind Cam Norrie. He's only ever made one major semi-final. That was the US Open back in 2024. So I guess it's a good thing in terms of the experience that Murray can pass on to him. He's only 24 years old. Good thing, and I guess a good thing for tennis.
Of course, you can learn a lot from a legendary tennis player like Andy Murray, but we just need our guys to do better, don't we? Remember, like Alan talking about it a few months ago, like, when's the last time we won something?
What,
Raducanu?
Oh, okay.
In tennis.
US Open, yeah.
We should do better, shouldn't we? With what we've got here.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, the problem was in Andy Murray's day, there was you got three of the greatest players of all time, right?
Yeah.
He was born in the wrong era.
But we're dying for, aren't we, for a tennis player?
You a big tennis fan?
I do like it, the big ones. Wimbledon, big fan of it.
Can you name the 4 majors?
Say again?
Can you name the 4 majors? No help, please.
US.
Yeah.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Australian Open.
Yes.
Wimbledon.
Yeah.
There's the one more in France.
Yeah.
Is that right?
What's that called?
French Open.
Yes. Well,
Is that right, though? I can't take you seriously.
The panic on your eyes.
I know, I'm like,
French
Sweden. The Swedish Open.
I don't know. I don't talk French.
Yeah, but I think also as well for Andy Murray, like any sport, to have someone to work closely with you who can like tell people how to win, because it's an art, isn't it? I think.
Been there.
Yeah, been there, done that. Who would you have?
Oh, what if?
Like if there was one person who you could talk to tell you how to win, the
back in the day
as well.
Yeah, back in the day, I would probably say when I was young. It'd be a dream, Thierry Henry, because I was obsessed with him.
Okay, yeah.
Tried finishes like it and it didn't come off, so maybe I could have done with some tips from Thierry, but just everything about him, what he won, best ever player in the Premier League for me.
Sean Curley? How have I pulled that name out?
Oh, you have pulled that up.
That's unbelievable knowledge, isn't it?
Really
Sean Curley.
Yeah, belter.
Yeah.
God, I don't know. I think like hockey, again, we won the top Olympic gold.
Yes.
So, but I just think the likes of Alex Ferguson, like to go that long, being that successful, unbelievable.
You're going to learn loads.
Unbelievable.
What about you, Andy? You're quiet, mate.
I'll just get a mirror. That was all thanks to our friends at Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Freshly ground Costa coffee for a quality day.
We can say goodbye to Sam now.
She was about to leave.
I know, but I didn't want to be rude.
You just binned me off.
No, I've never been. No, I'd never do that.
2 more hits, but fine.
So you come back? I was told you would.
I don't know.
Do you want to come back?
I don't know. What's the boss? I'm going back up now.
Well,
No, oh, God.
You go. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, Sam.
Good to see you soon. Coming up, we're going to turn our attention back to Spygate. Brilliant football writer Henry Winter tweeted last night that he lost respect for Southampton as a football club after Spygate. Ooh. Wow, we'll hear why next with Henry. And don't forget the legend of British telly, James Cordon. He'll be joining us in the studio at 8:30. We've also got Ollie Murs, a busy breakfast show.
Is the Anfield crowd continuing to turn, though, on Arne Slot, or can he win back the Liverpool faithful? Just last Wednesday, Danny Murphy finished off this show very strongly by saying, well, the Liverpool fans I know, and they're all diehards, have given up on Slot, and it's time to go. Arne Slot was asked if he feels he can win those disaffected Liverpool fans back.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Not this season, by the way. This season they will have their opinion and that will not change. But if we can have the summer that we are planning to have, then I'm 100% convinced that we will be a different team next season than we are now. Different in terms of results, different in how things look. But it's not always that simple, because sometimes you know what you have to do, but it's not always possible to also get exactly what you want. But for us, for me, it's really clear what we are lacking this season.
Well, the boos rang out, Martin, at full time, and many of the Liverpool fans, Simon, are not having them any longer. One wonders what he's got to do now, or if he has any time left to do what he wants to do and win them back round.
He won the Premier League last year, Jimmy. He's to be given more time, but they seem to have lost their way a little bit. I thought when he went there initially...
More than a little bit, though, Martin.
Yeah, but when he went there initially, like, it was very... I used to say crazy Klopp, but I really liked the energy that he got going, you know, that heavy metal tune that they used to sort of dance to. They came back from that a little bit and it was more managed, whereas this year they've...
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch that we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs had been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham, because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest pitch at the City Ground is a big one. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2-metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park. And don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards. So do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 5 minutes past 7. This is The Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor, along with our wonderful friends, Arnold Clark. Shop the upgrade event today and get an extra £500 when you part exchange your car. Don't miss your chance to boost your valuation. Did you hear the news then? Nick Ellaby saying that Rory McIlroy ripped his toenail off. Did you hear that? Sorry, by the way, if you're having your cornflakes, sorry about that.
Not wearing socks.
What? It wasn't that. But then I said to him, just he went out. I went, ripped it off. He went, yeah, his little toenail. And I went, that's not even a toenail, is it? Your little toenail?
Let me do that all the time.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Better than that.
Yeah. I used to have problems with my big toenails. So I used to have ingrown toenails as a kid. And I used to have them like every other week. And I had to have an operation on the nerve ending.
Yeah. Well, footballers, once a season, you'd always get like one of your, maybe your big toenail, they have to come off.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. A lot of you guys have got awful feet.
Oh, you used to have awful feet. Black toenails, some like step.
What are they like now, yours?
They're fine now, mate, yeah.
Let's have a look.
No, I don't want to, mate.
Can you do feet?
What do you mean, do feet?
You, like, people I know can't look at feet.
I can't.
Anyone in the gallery got a problem with looking at feet?
Why?
No, okay.
Why?
I don't know.
Some people love feet, though, Andy.
They do, yeah.
They do.
Setting up a page at the moment. Do you know, I actually thought about that.
What, setting up a page?
Yeah. Just show my feet.
You got nice feet?
All right. I mean, I don't know what bloke's feet.
I've got a massive big toe, mate.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. I thought,
as well.
You know what they say, big feet? Should we move on quickly?
Big head.
I think we share. Right, we're going to be joined right here in the studio by multiple BAFTA, Emmy and Tony winning actor, the wonderful comedian, TV presenter, James Cordon's going to be in the studio about 8:30. I'm very excited about that. The Stardust, how about that? The Stardust doesn't stop there because multi-platinum singer and big Man United fan Ollie Murs will also be with us on today's show. How about that? Did you book Ollie?
No, you did, mate.
No, I did book Ollie. I know he's my mate, but I didn't.
The thing is, Andy,
you book him.
You are such a celebrity, and you got celebrities like you have got so many celebrity friends.
Yeah,
too many. We're lucky to have you, mate.
Too many.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
I haven't got any, mate.
I mean, you brought no one to the table yet. No one.
No, mate. I know. I've done all my phone, but didn't I? With Stevie G and Frank Lampard.
I tell you what, here's the thing. Where we are, 8 minutes past 7 on a Wednesday, right? You got the rest of today's show.
Oh,
Thursday
pressure.
And Friday.
All right.
So bring a name to the table.
What sort of name? What does it have to be like?
Look at the levels I'm bringing in.
Okay, A-star.
I'm bringing in superstars. I don't want you to go like, you're managing to get Jamie O'Hara. I don't want any of that. I want big Jason Cundy.
Jamie is a Hollywood star.
In his
mind, I don't want to go into it because he's forgiven me finally, but he's a Hollywood star.
Oh yeah, he's followed you again, hasn't he?
Yeah, he followed me back, and we're good friends now. We're back. But
is he a Hollywood star?
He is a Hollywood star.
As in the nightclub in Romford?
No, he's a Hollywood star, mate.
All right. Well, not him. He's got to be a big...
No, him and
No, that won't count. You can't get another talkSPORT presenter as a guest.
Jamie O'Hara and his cast. What if we get some of the cast?
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be good.
Okay, leave it with me.
Yeah? Okay, between now and we come off air on Friday.
Yeah.
Right, Southampton, they are heading to Wembley. ... Or are they?
I know they're trying to find that little bit of an edge or whatever it is, but spying is, listen, that's frowned upon.
We will assume here and now that nobody from Southampton has told this analyst to go and do this.
talkSPORT can confirm Southampton Football Club has today been charged with a breach of EFL regulations.
If they don't win this playoff semi-final, I think a lot will depend upon how Southampton behave and how they operate in terms of disclosure and what they do and don't say.
Next ball in. Oh! It's gone in! It's 2-1 Southampton! A freakish goal that might send them to Wembley! Shea Charles!
The club has made a statement. I can't really add anything because it's just an ongoing investigation.
We're going back to the hotel and try to pick ourselves up, and then we fly home tomorrow, and I don't know, to be fair.
It's all very grey, isn't it? So what happens now? Well, you may remember that last Friday the EFL formally charged Southampton with breaching two major rules. That was Regulation 3.4, failing to act in an utmost good faith, and Regulation 127, prohibiting the observation of an opponent's training within 72 hours of a match. Potential punishments range from heavy financial fines to full expulsion from the playoffs. I'll be stunned if that happens. Joining us now is writer, broadcaster and co-host of talkSPORT's Sunday edition show, Henry Winter. Henry, good morning to you.
Good morning, Henry.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Gabby. How are we?
We're good, man. You haven't got the time on you, have you?
Yeah. It's time for Spygate.
Okay, good. So you just got a giant clock behind you. Right. This is so interesting and incredibly fascinating because I just can't see a day where Southampton are kicked out wherever they seem to be it the Premier League or the playoff final. What's your view on what's happened and what you think the punishment should be?
Well, I mean, you say it's a grey area, but I don't think it is. It depends on how we want to play sport in this country, how you want to play football. Whether you think that someone like Kim Hellberg, who has spent most of the season driving Borough with a slightly sort of without the depth of squad that some other clubs have got, he has coached them, he has prepared them in the right way. And to think that someone was spying on them, and the grey area is the connection between this individual who was caught spying on Middlesbrough's training and Southampton themselves. If that link is proved, and Steve Gibson, we know the borough chairman and owner, who's rightly outraged about this, has taken on some good legal counsel to take this through and to take the next step. If that connection is made between this analyst and Southampton, and it would be bizarre if someone just off their own back went and decided to do this with all the equipment required, then Southampton should absolutely face the full force of what the EFL or the Independent Disciplinary Commission can throw at them. Leeds United went through this. They had a £200,000 fine, which Marcelo Bielsa then paid himself. A fine is irrelevant. We've seen this throughout football. Fines are irrelevant. Clubs are wealthy. They can deal with it. There's so much at stake. If Southampton go up, that's worth, 130 million quid through the playoffs. And I'm sure everyone in the country will now be supporting Hull. So I think this is beneath Southampton. It's not like them as a club. Anyone who's known them as a club down the years, that, you know, they've been a good club that neutrals have wanted to do well, whether they've been going to Wembley, whether they've been developing players, all the things that they've been associated in the past. They've now gone against that, and the punishment should be there. I mean, that, I guess, is the grey area, what exactly the punishment should be.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Henry. What should the punishment be? Because at the moment, there's nothing written down in black and white that suggests that if you break this rule, that's what's happened to you. That's what's going to happen to you. And that's what I think the grey area is. It's a very dangerous game to play. It's just coming up with a punishment for a team at such a pivotal and financially rewarding scenario in that club's history.
Yeah, but should we reward cheating? And I think that the rules post Leeds were tweaked. And I think that there is a possibility of them. I mean, just looking at some of the Southampton forums earlier, I mean, they seem so fairly split on whether they would actually be allowed to go to Wembley. And that's from sort of slightly concerned Southampton fans. Middlesbrough fans obviously are going to hope that, you know, that they get there. But, you know, imagine if you're a coach like Kim Hellberg, and you heard him after the game tonight, you know, he's given absolutely everything, as he said, spending time away from his family, pouring everything into getting this club back into the Premier League. And he's effectively been denied that. Look, Middlesbrough didn't get up, not simply because of Spygate, because they didn't take their chances. Their squad wasn't deep enough. And Southampton, over the two games, if you watched it, listened to it, you know, they deserve to go up. But I think that sanction is there, and I think there is a chance. I mean, Southampton will get their lawyers on, and there may be a bit of filibustering and delaying the process. But what's Hellberg going to do with his players now? I mean, does he say, right, go off to the beach? Does he say, no, actually train? I hope they go into Rockcliffe, check the bushes, and actually go and train in the hope that they can actually get to Wembley, and that I think justice does prevail.
Henry, is the problem that there's 10 days until the playoff final? And like you says there, maybe Southampton can be clever and delay it with their lawyers. Does a decision have to be made in the next 24, 48 hours?
Yeah, I mean, you're spot on, Gabby. Absolutely. I think it has to be, 48 hours, certainly by the end of this week, so that Middlesbrough players don't rush off. They do have this chance to prepare, and they should be given that chance, because what sort of sport do we want? Should cheats prosper?
Can I ask you, Henry, what do you think the punishment should be? Because I think it's madness to suggest that Southampton will be kicked out. There's nothing that I saw over the two legs that gave me the impression that because they spied on them, they had the upper hand. So to kick them out, I just think would be ludicrous. What do you think should happen to them?
Well, first, how do you know? I mean, they might have been spying on set pieces, issues like that. Look, I mean, your central point is right, that it's a broader issue why Middlesbrough didn't get to the final squad depth, issues like that. And Southampton have been playing terrific football this season on Urquhart, and you know, he can bring really good players on as well. So, but I do think that should be the punishment. I just think
kick them out. You think to kick them out would be the punishment?
Yeah, but what else are you going to do?
Fine them?
We know that fines are irrelevant. What are you going to have, a points deduction? Well, the chances are they could go up to the Premier League, so it won't affect them. You're then going to have a points deduction.
Yeah, but isn't it the same as when you break financial fair play? You are effectively bringing players to the club you can't actually afford, thus strengthening your side, and that means your team's in a better position to take on an opponent. You might get 3 extra points. They're losing out. You might stay up, and then you get a points deduction for that. You don't get kicked out of the Premier League for that.
No, but this is a direct. I mean, we're talking about actually not helping, but making sure that there is justice to Middlesbrough. This is a head-to-head between the two clubs on this. Why should Middlesbrough effectively be punished for someone else's cheating?
You know what's crazy though, Henry? When you look at it, it's so ridiculous, isn't it? What are you gonna have learnt, Southampton?
Yeah.
Every game is out there sort of for you to look at. You know, Middlesbrough aren't going to do something crazily different from set pieces that's going to beat you over 2 legs. They must be looking at themselves now. Whoever sanctioned the guy to go and spy, what were we doing? So odd, mate.
Well, it's odd, but I mean, I guess with so much at stake, playoffs, you know, coaches, if there is the connection with the coaches, you know, it's marginal gains. It's just that possibility. I mean, they might have actually watched the penalty taking. I mean, I know there's a lot of you know, public image of penalties, but actually, if you can go and watch a penalty session on the eve of a playoff, then
fair.
I think that makes sense.
That's fair. I get that. Henry, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you, Henry.
Pleasure. Great show, guys.
Thanks, man. That's a very good point he makes at the end there.
The penalties.
If you're watching the penalties, what way the goalkeeper dives, etc. You know,
it's just so stupid, Andy. Isn't it, though?
I mean, the argument is if they get a 1% advantage, they're still getting an advantage.
Of course.
But kicking them out, I think, is insane.
You know what would be hilarious, though, when you got caught?
Oi, come out, who's that?
Show us.
He ran into a hotel, didn't he?
Give us your laptop. Show
Very
us.
bizarre. We want to hear from you. You've heard our view. We want to hear from you. 03717223344, the number to call. Do you agree with Henry that if found guilty, Southampton should be punished with more than just a fine? 03717223344. Next up, Gabby's best mate, Howard Webb, has given his thoughts on that dramatic finish to West Ham Arsenal. We'll hear from both of them next.
It's going to be a fun run. I mean, with the Premier League, I think it really is in our hands now. I can't see us giving it away with our remaining fixtures, especially Burnley at home next Monday night, which I will be going to.
Yeah, I feel as well, Man City will drop points. I really believe it. Bournemouth away. Iriola's last game, home game of the season, and they're fighting for Champions League. That's a tough game for Man City.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. If obviously Aston Villa go and win the Europa League final, doesn't that open
6th place? Yeah.
Yeah. So Bournemouth have got it all to fight for.
Because Brighton have got 2 winnable games behind them as well, so they know they probably need 2 wins. Bournemouth.
Yeah, Brighton have been in great form as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But guys, I've got to tell you, and I know you guys have probably already been told, but a lot of rival fans listening to this are going to think I'm crazy. I actually, a few weeks ago, had Mikel Arteta's face tattooed on my forearm.
No,
I don't believe you.
I really have. It's on my TikTok page. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of it, am I?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, so if for anyone listening, it's called Arsenal.overflow. And yeah, you'll find it on TikTok. It's pinned at the top of my profile. I had Mikel Arteta's face tattooed alongside Thierry Henry and Emirates Stadium in the background because I do believe in this man. I do believe he is the one that's going to get us over that line, get us the trophies. And once these come in this season, I think we're just going to keep on going. Then I think the next couple of seasons we'll continue winning a lot more silverware.
Chris O'Dowd! When you get the offer to be the voice of a sheep,
Yes, you can only dream, really.
Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser. Well, how much of rip does your husband in real life have about him?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's mad.
Say
He's due.
Kirsty and Phil!
Can we talk about one other thing?
We can talk about loads of things. It's an interview.
Wake up, it's a beautiful morning.
But 22 minutes past 7, it's the Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor alongside. A big shout out to the Goldsteins. They are probably on the school run now. In fact, a big shout out to all school runners. Horrible journey.
Horrible journey.
I don't know what's worse, the school journey there or the one back. Probably the one there because you get caught in so much traffic.
The kids are being hard work, getting ready for school, and they don't want to get
my little one takes a blanket into the car and actually has a little nap. It's about half hour, that journey.
Honestly, mate. It's the
When was the
worst
last
thing
time you
ever.
did... Oh, your kids are older now, right?
I've got two younger ones, yeah.
How old are
but
young ones?
My younger ones are, okay, get this right, 10 and 8.
10 and 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And my older ones are 17 and 15.
Wow, it's a big gap there.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Same mother or different?
Might be different, maybe. It's a bit personal.
No, it was not personal. I just wondered if there was a gap for a reason.
Yeah, a gap for a reason.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. My son's...
Who are your favourite two?
Can't say. But my son, my 17-year-old, starts his A-levels today. So good luck, mate.
Okay. Well, he doesn't start them today. He's been building up to them.
Yeah, I know, but his first exam is
what's
today.
he got? Because a lot of them are doing them today.
1 second, let me check now. Business.
Business?
Yeah, business today. And my niece, same age, got hers today as well.
Your son didn't want to grow up to be a great footballer like his
He
dad?
tried, mate. It's not easy, mate.
No,
it's
of
hard
course
out there. He wanted to, but it's not easy.
Oh, did he? He had a go? How far did he get?
He was at the Villa Academy when he was younger, but played locally, but he wasn't good enough.
Was he not? Was he an attacker?
Defender.
Oh, okay.
Centre half.
What was that? Was he quite big when he was young?
No, it wasn't. Now he is. Now he's like he's 5'11", but it's difficult, mate. The talent that you got to have now, and these clubs now.
Did you know when you saw him play? Were you like, I don't think he's got it? Because it's difficult for a dad,
I
right?
did know, yeah. You do know. And then some parents, they can't let it go, can they? It's like, no, my son's got to make it.
Yeah.
The pressure on them. But these clubs now, Andy, they go and bring the best player from France at 16 and bring him over.
Do they really?
And then, like,
At that young?
he's a homegrown player. Then
Oh, I
he gets
see.
into
They
the
do it for
first
that
team.
reason, to get around the loophole.
Exactly. So it's so hard for the kids now to make it even tougher.
So your boy's going to be like Eddie Hearn?
He wants to be a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
He wants to be a lawyer, yeah.
you
So
out a few holes.
maybe Southampton could use him.
Oh, yes. Nicely done, actually. I've just been told that we've got a quick business GCSE question for you.
Oh, get lost. Come on, then.
Do you know what's great? Is Ollie's pulled this out of his head. There's no Googling with Ollie. What's the name for something that is given up in order to do something else? Is it A, economy of scale, B, distribution channel, or C, opportunity cost? What's the name? Have you got tension bed music? What's the name for something that is given up in order to do something else? Is it economy of scale, distribution channel, or opportunity cost? Wasn't opportunity cost what Bob Monkhouse did back in the
Rest in
What are you
peace.
going for?
I've got a 33% chance of getting this right.
Do you know what's really annoying?
What?
Producer Ollie hasn't actually given me the answer yet.
Yeah.
So we can work this
let's
out
come
together.
back to it after the break.
Let's work it out together.
No Googling.
No, let's work it out together.
Go on then.
Something that is given up in order to do something else. Economy of scale, that's definitely not that.
No, definitely
I
not, yeah.
remember doing something like that at
Yeah,
school.
GCSEs.
Distribution channel, opportunity cost. I think opportunity cost.
Ollie, you never get a coffee again, mate. You don't tell me the answer.
You're putting the word cost in there, like you're choosing something at a cost of. I'm happy with C. You happy with C?
I'll go with C, mate.
We're going for C. Is C. What do we win? Oh, we don't
Nothing.
win. What was the point of that then?
That was tough,
Chris
that,
Evans.
wasn't
Yeah, it was tough.
Wow.
We worked it out though, right?
Head spinning.
That was the £500 question. Right, the big story this morning is Spygate. It's alleged that a member of Southampton's staff was caught trying to observe a Middlesbrough training session last Thursday. Southampton, of course, beat Borough last night to seal a place at Wembley. Or have they? We don't actually know what the punishment's going to be if they are found to be guilty. Let's speak to Scott. He's a Borough fan.
Good morning, Scott.
Morning, Scotty.
Morning, lads. All right.
We're good, man. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Been better, like, but yeah, I'm all right.
Right.
All right, mate.
We won't talk about the game to begin with. We'll talk about what you think the punishment should be if they are found guilty, because it might be that you actually are going to Wembley. I personally can't see that happening in a million years, but you never know.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. Like you said, Andy, I've got put up blinkers on here. But with regards to this Spygate, this guy who just sent down, I don't know whether you've been to Borough Training Ground before, but he's went there, and he's not just a matter of hiding in a bush with a set of binoculars and then reporting back saying, I don't know, they might have been working on a high press or block catching the counter attack. He's went there, and then he's stashed a holdall in the clubhouse of the golf club, which is next to the training ground. And then when he's been caught, like when they've caught him, they found out he had all this like high quality equipment. Do you know what I mean? He had listening devices. He's been live streaming it back to wherever or whoever.
We don't know what he's been doing.
Allegedly,
yeah.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, though, Andy, he has been doing that, and that is, then I know what you're saying. It'd be madness to kick them out, but I can't see any other suitable punishment for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's a great point. What should happen?
They've gained an advantage by something, like basically in the rules you're not allowed to do it. So they've gained an advantage.
Yes.
I mean, I know it was killed. I mean, Borough should have put their bed in the first half of the first game, but they've gained an advantage by breaking the rules. And then it just seems like, I know it's a game, Borough, but why should they be?
I think it's difficult, isn't it? I don't think a fine is right because £200,000 Leeds paid. If you fine them £500,000, like Henry said earlier, 130 million for getting to the Premier League. What's half a mil?
Yeah, nothing.
So the money I get doesn't matter to the football club. What can you do in between, Andy? Because I agree. I just don't think they should be kicked out.
Let's speak to Dan now. He's a Hull City fan. They're obviously in the final, but we don't know who they'll be playing. Hello, Dan.
Morning, Dan.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Gab. Great honour to be on this morning. Thank you very much.
How nice is that? The honour's ours. Thanks for calling, Dan. Who are you going to be playing in the final?
Well, that's it, isn't it? You've ultimately Middlesbrough, Southampton, whether they go back to training both of them, they know who their opponent's going to be in that final. Sergei's got to prep his team to face somebody, and we don't know what that opponent's going to be. A decision's got to be made within the next 24 hours on it.
Do you think they should be kicked out? There's a reason I'm asking. Do you think they should be kicked out?
Yeah, get them out, lob them out.
No, I don't just.
Let's have a Yorkshire derby.
No, but for the crime that they've supposedly committed, do you think they should be kicked out?
Probably not. No, I mean,
okay, hold on.
Have done before.
Stay with that thought then, right? So you said no. If they beat you in the final and get to Wembley, and then you find out they've been spying on you, would your answer be the same?
No, it wouldn't. Pick them, lob them out again.
Yeah. So it's because
it does go deeper than that, doesn't it? Because say if Southampton they're in the final, they do beat us. Whether Middlesbrough get any kind of compensation from it when Southampton get a fine, surely then Hull have got to be in that mix as well of getting some compensation, because we're also missing out if there should have been.
So messy, isn't it? It's so messy.
It's a massive mess.
Yeah,
because
it is very. That's a great word to describe it.
This will be labelled for Southampton for years to come. if they do either way, especially if they get promoted.
Yeah,
don't deserve to be in the Premier League.
We've just got to wait for the investigation, right, to find out if
They've got to be quick though, haven't they?
They've
literally 24, 48 hours. Because he's right.
Yeah,
whole city need to prepare. 10 days to the final.
It's a bit shambolic.
They need to prepare on are we looking at Middlesbrough?
The problem was when Leeds got found guilty 8 years ago, they should have sat down and wrote the punishment down on a piece of paper and went, there you go. If you break the laws, you do that, you're out.
If you spy, okay, you're out. Simple.
Well, you've still got the investigation now, I suppose. You've got to prove they're guilty, but...
Of course.
Coming up, we're going to turn our attention to, oh my goodness, a huge night. It's a huge night in Scottish football. Hearts can win the title tonight, and we'll build up to that next.
I look back on it, it's probably one of the best shows we've ever put on. The main event was just unbelievable. Unbelievable fight. Two absolute warriors who gritted their teeth and gave everything. And the place was rammed out, it was sold out, and everybody there, they were just enthralled by it.
And of course, we saw it happened in the early moments. Frank Dubois picked himself up from the canvas twice after all the question marks about Hart. And I know you bristled at these questions before the fight, but is Daniel now no longer a man to be doubted?
Well, look at the punches that he took. And he got up, and he gritted his teeth and got on with it, and he's matured. And he boxed extremely well. I watched it back on the replay on TV, and I thought it actually looked better on the replay than he did when I was watching it. I thought he was excellent, and he was so good afterwards. The way he praised Fabio for his, the part he played in the fight. It was magnificent. And anybody who doubts Daniel now, I don't know what planet they're on. I mean, he's matured mentally, and I believed in him. We've stuck with him. We believed in him and stuck with him, and he delivered for everybody.
I think you thought the Hart issue, the Hart question, was a valid one before the fight.
Well,
Simon.
I didn't think it was a valid one, but I thought it.
Every spring, sports fans in Europe come together to celebrate arguably rugby's biggest annual tournament, the Six Nations. But why is it the home nations, plus France and Italy, and no one else? It all started back in 1871 when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. A few years later, when they could field a team, Wales decided they'd host England, and an idea was thought up. With Ireland keen, they formed the Home International Championship, which ran from 1883. In 1910, France was allowed to join, as they were developing into a serious rugby nation, and thus the Five Nations was born. France had an interesting history with the championship. They were actually booted out for paying their players in 1931, when the home nations were keen to keep it amateur. After World War II, though, France were let back in, but it remained a closed shop for more than 50 years. And when another country was let in, it was only really because the Five Nations hand had been forced. Italy was developing into a serious contender, beating Scotland, France and Ireland twice in the same year, meaning in 1999 officials got together and said yes to Italy, and it became the Six Nations. So what changes, if any, come next? 7 nations? 8? A promotion and relegation system? Or should we leave it alone and let it remain the great rugby tradition it's become?
Morning, everyone. 7:36. Rise and shine. It's the Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor, and Arnold Clark. Buy a used car and get a free 2-year service plan. Plus, get an extra £500 when you part exchange. Shop the upgrade event today. Right, time now for this.
Get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win.
It's a big one. It's a biggie. Do you fancy £25,000 in your hand completely tax-free? Big question mark there. I'm sure you all do. Well, here's what you need to do. For your chance to win, head to talksportwin.com, or you can just text WIN to 83338. Text and online entries cost £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or you can just pick up the phone if you want. 0343 418 7260. Entries must be in by the 18th of May. So you've got under a week, 5 days, and 4 p.m. on that day as well. That's when you need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus UK residents only. It's a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksportwin.com. So for your chance to win, it's so simple. Pick up your phone, get into the text bit, text the word WIN, W-I-N, to 83338 now.
What would you do, Andy, if you won £25,000 today? What would you do?
Well, tax-free.
Tax-free, what would you do?
That's a very good... I'll book holiday. I haven't booked holiday yet. I need to go away. Probably pay for that. What would you do?
Just spend it all on holiday.
You fill up your Lamborghini.
No, I'd go on holiday. I'd take the family.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I know.
You go on travelling, wouldn't you?
You know what? I'll go travelling, and I would extra legroom seats on my EasyJet flight.
Oh, that'd be...
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That's what I'll
You
do.
ever chartered a private jet?
Never.
You looked away when I asked that.
I've been on one.
Darren Brown would tell you that's the first sign of lying, when you look away.
No, I've been on one.
Yeah.
Charles Inzogby at Villa. We was going Miami, and I was going Miami at the same time, international break, and he chartered a private jet from Birmingham to Heathrow.
What?
I know.
How much that cost?
I don't know. I didn't pay for it. I jumped on freebie, but I didn't like it, mate. It was tiny.
Oh yeah, you must have. Oh yeah.
Hated it.
Horrible.
Mate, it felt like it was struggling to get up in the air.
Yeah, I don't like flying.
I don't like flying.
I know this sounds. Forgive me. I've only done this twice in my life. Right? It sounds very. But when you're in first class or business class, the flight just seems a little bit easier.
It does, yeah, to get through.
It does.
I just don't like flying, mate.
I've done twice in my life. Once on my honeymoon and once when I went to play the US Open. That's the only 2 times I've flown business, right? I'm
that scared of flying. I can't look out the window on takeoff and landing.
You're a pilot though, aren't you?
No, I can't, mate. I can't.
Why?
Because it's just not nice, is it? Like, the buildings are getting close. Do you know what I mean? Bit of turbulence.
Shouldn't be getting close.
I know, mate.
Gab, if you're in a
city airport to do.
Shouldn't be getting close. Let me tell you now.
I don't like it, mate.
Does turbulence bother you?
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's incredibly safe turbulence.
No, it's not, mate.
No plane has, and you can quote me on this, no plane has ever had an accident because of...
Do you know where I hate turbulence the most?
An air pocket lifts you and drops you, that's it.
Do you know what I hate about it the most?
Go on.
When you go over the Atlantic. You're on the way to America.
It's a long way.
Because I'm thinking to myself, like, where's there to land?
I'll tell you a story very quickly.
If any problems, you know what I mean?
I was flying back from Vegas years and years ago. And
I don't like it, mate.
Right? I was sat there, and all halfway through the flight over the Atlantic, a fellow opposite me turned white, like pale. And I was like, "You all right?" And he was listening to like the in-house entertainment. I just was watching my iPad.
Okay.
And I went, "You all right?" I knew him, and he was like, "Have you heard that?" And he gave me his earphones, and on the earphones, the voice went, "Prepare to crash, brace, brace, prepare to crash, brace." I swear to you, this is true, right? I'm looking around at other people that have got the in-flight entertainment on, and they're all like panicking. And I'm like, anyway, a guy behind me saw one of the air hostesses, and he explained what was happening, and she was like just giving out stuff. And she went, ran into the cockpit, come out 2 minutes later. Someone sat on the wrong button, everything's fine, don't worry about that.
You're joking.
Someone leant on a button and pressed...
Do you know what?
Now that's horrific.
Do you know what panics me more is when wherever you're flying, and when the air hostess or hostesses have to go and put the belts on.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's not great.
Yeah.
My son's the same. I think he's got it from me. I'm like, why do they have to go and put their seatbelts on? What's coming?
Yeah, what's
coming?
Why have you done that?
Yeah, everything should be fine.
Yeah, in the middle of flying,
Don't like flying.
Don't bother phoning us up with your flying stories. Right? We don't want to ruin people's day. There'll be people getting on flights. It's the safest way to travel, everyone, by the way. You'll be absolutely fine.
Does everyone clap then when you land?
Yeah.
Do you clap when you get off the train? Or
I clap at 10:01 when this show's done. Right, we might be in the thick of the running at both ends of the table and the playoffs here in England, but of course up in Scotland, the title race is on another level. Celtic's Old Firm win has set up perfect winner takes all game between Celtic and Hearts on Saturday. Hearts are currently 1 point clear. However, both sides must win tonight to set up that game. Hearts have a straightforward game against sixth place Falkirk. Celtic go to Motherwell. So I'm sure it says here, I don't want to get involved in Scottish football. I've not got a dog in this fight. It says here, producer Ollie's written, everyone supporting Motherwell and Hearts. I don't mind who wins it. I don't mind who wins it. Delighted to say, for more on the title race, 7-time major trophy winner with Celtic, Charlie Mulgrew joins us. Charlie, good morning to you.
Good morning, Charlie.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Gabby.
Morning, mate. Charlie, I don't have a dog in the fight. Should I have a dog in the fight? Should I, along with everyone else that doesn't, want Hearts to win the league?
No, you should want Celtic to win the league, mate. Don't get involved in that. That's Rangers fans just not too happy because they're out the title race.
Yeah.
But get your green and white top on. Get a Celtic top on. Big game tonight for them.
Charlie, I spoke to Annie McCoy last night. We had a chat, and he says he was going to come on actually and mention a red card, a goal that shouldn't have stood. What does he mean by that?
You know what it's like. Everybody's getting caught up in the decisions. Celtic won the game fair and square. They won the fight. It was a huge game. Rangers have started. They split up. Rangers have come back and lost the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Celtic have won theirs. They've beat Rangers in the latest game, put them right out the title race, and now they're on to Hearts. Hearts drew with Motherwell last week. Hearts have been brilliant this year. But now it's we're going to see what they're all about in the last couple of games. They've got a huge game tonight against Falkirk. You expect them to win that. Celtic play Motherwell away. It's going to be a big game. Motherwell have been brilliant this year, probably the best footballing team in the league. And yeah, it's you just don't know where it's going to go. I've said that if Hearts win the league, I said months ago, first of all, I put a tweet out saying they'd be 8 points behind come March because I've no evidence seen a team that is challenged at the top of the league at this time of the year. So now they're still there. I've said if they win the league, I'll need to head to Edinburgh for a beer in some of the Hearts pubs, which I've been chased out of before, so that'll be interesting.
Charlie, if it does go down to the final game, it will be fantastic for Scottish football. The amount of eyes, the amount of football fans that will be watching that final game will be huge, won't it?
It'll be amazing. Listen, the league's been brilliant this year, and it's the job that Derek McInnes has done at Hearts to get them to this point is unbelievable. Now, it's no easy to win a title. We know that, especially in Scotland when Rangers and Celtic have dominated my full lifetime. So it's brilliant that Hearts now have got Tony Bloom in there with the Jamestown Analytics, and they're kicking on. They're saying they're going to win. They came in and said they're going to win the league within 10 years. The first year they're fighting right to the end, and they're still favourites with one hand on it. So listen, long may it continue. You want as many teams challenging as possible. Motherwell have been brilliant this year. Falkirk have always also had a good season. So the league has been the best it's been in years this year. And it's only good for everybody involved.
How good of a job has Martin O'Neill done? I mean, legendary manager, but it's been a lot of pressure on him, hasn't it, to come back and take this job at his age as well. Has he done a good job, in your opinion?
Well, Gabby, you worked under him, didn't you?
Yeah.
He's done an amazing job now. There was eyebrows raised when he came in. He's a legend of the club, as we know.
Yes.
But he's not getting any younger, and people wondered he's not been in management for a while. But he's came in and he's been a breath of fresh air. I mean, the football's not been great by any stretch in terms of Celtic usually dominate possession and pepper people's goals. That's not been happening. But what he's done is ground out results. I mean, he's came back for been behind by 2 at half time. He's come back, he's scored late goals. And whatever the magic formula is he's got, the energy he brings, the how he manages people, he managed to get results. And it's quite remarkable what he's done. The recruitment at Celtic for the last 18 months has been terrible. I'm relying heavily a lot of the players that have been there for a long time. And that's no easy with intensity to play at Celtic because there is a lot of pressure week in, week out to win. Now, Martin O'Neill's, he had a window, but he came in very late when Onse had already made one signing. Martin O'Neill comes in and he's rushing to get players in the building. Recruitment department has been up in the air and it's not been good in the last 18 months. So he's managed to put a squad together. A lot of the new signings not even playing, and he's managed to make it work. I mean,
I was going to say that, Charlie. Top managers, big managers make big decisions, don't they? The game on Sunday, such a big game. Everyone wants to start in. Hatate didn't start. Oxlade-Chamberlain didn't start. Iheanacho didn't start. Martin's got that as a manager. He doesn't care about players, big players, being disappointed.
No, he doesn't care. At least his worries. He drops Michael earlier on the season as well, who wasn't having a great season, and Sinisal's come in and been really steady and done really well. Nah, Mallory was no bothered about making these decisions. That's what he's all about, and he makes them. But players know that he gives them that love. You can see that because he gets the best out of Maida. When Maida was nearly out the door in January, Martin he stayed there, wasn't happy, but it was potentially getting accused of down in tools, and Martin was put an arm around him, same way Yang. He's got the best out of what the players he's got available to him, and he's doing an unbelievable job.
Charlie, I won't ask you what the outcome will be. I can guess that. But thank you so much for coming on, man. You're looking well. Have a wonderful day.
Legend, Charlie. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, Andy. Cheers, Gabby.
Thanks, pal. There you go. Celtic legend Charlie Mulgrew there.
Massive ease, by the way. I saw him in Dubrovnik.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
Walking up the stairs, the famous stairs.
Yeah.
Shame stairs from Game of Thrones. He's massive.
He don't look it sitting. I know sitting down. No one does, right?
He's about 6'6",
Is he really?
Massive, man.
You sure he just weren't like 4 stairs above you?
Could have been as well.
Could have been that.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just small.
Well, you're definitely not that. Still to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
So, Southampton have made it to Wembley, but at what cost will they be kicked out of the playoffs? For Spygate, when asked legendary manager Neil Warnock exactly that, none other than BAFTA Emmy, Tony-winning actor, big West Ham fan James Cordon will be with us in the studio, Ollie Murs on the show, and you can be a part of it as well, 03717223344. That was our breakfast preview with our wonderful friends at Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Cable work.
Oh, is it? Okay, so yeah. This is Never Ever by All Saints, but why are we playing it, I hear you ask? Well, I think this is nuts what I'm going to tell you now. I was out Saturday night, with our friends John and Emma, right? Went for a curry. And, are you all right?
Sorry.
Turn it up, he wants more of it. Turn it up a bit.
Sorry, no, carry on, sorry.
Go on.
Ready?
Here we go, you got a good bit now. Come on. Vocabulary runs through my head. The alphabet runs right from... Oh, he's going to struggle with that. Oh, you got it.
What's the tune, by the way?
So I was out with my friends on Saturday night. I went in for a curry. And John's wife, Emma, said to me, I've never, ever, bearing in mind she's our age, right? I mean, I'm a little bit older than you. Ever had a cup of tea or coffee. And I went, I don't believe you.
I don't believe that.
And she said, I don't want to quote the All Saints, I promise you I've never ever. And I went, yeah, you must, like, maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
I've never, ever
really
had a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. And I find that insane.
I think that's crazy.
Yeah. That is bizarre, isn't it? Now,
Yeah,
when I was talking to your producer, he's not mine, Posh Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie.
Very posh, by the way, Ollie.
Yeah, Wimbledon.
Yeah, I'm sure you must have walked into this building and looked for the Times radio and just taken a left rather than a right.
Chris O'Dowd! When you get the offer to be the voice of a sheep,
Yes, you can only dream, really.
Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser. Well, how much of Rip does your husband in real life have about him?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a man.
Say
He's a dude.
Kirsty and Phil!
Can we talk about one other thing?
We can talk about loads of things. It's an interview.
Wake up, it's a beautiful morning.
Top of the morning to you at 7:51. It's the breakfast show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor alongside. James Corn will be with us in the studio in 40 minutes. Ollie Murs also on the show. But right now, it's all about Spygate this morning. What should the punishment be if Southampton are found guilty? Let's speak to Trevor. He's a Saints fan. Morning, Trev.
Morning, Trev.
Good morning, guys. Love the show. I don't know if I can handle Andy in the morning anymore, though. But
sound like my wife. No, I didn't mean in that. It doesn't matter. Just quickly get me out of that hole, Trev.
Come on, guys. Saints 100% deserve to win that game.
Yeah.
100%, okay?
Well, that's not the question, though, is it?
No, the question is, though, that they haven't been found guilty of anything, okay? Now I've never seen, with the Man City charges, 115 financial irregularities, and Chelsea, you've made more fuss about this nonsense, which is what it is.
Why is it nonsense? If they are found guilty of spying, it's not nonsense.
It's cheating, mate.
Hey, come on. You played football. If somebody watched your you go and watch a training session for Man City, you learn everything you like, then you go and try and beat them.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. That you're not allowed to spy, and they spied. It's irrelevant of whether or not you gain an advantage.
Come on, Trev.
Yeah, but what did they do?
It doesn't matter. It don't matter. Don't spy, and they've spied.
Yeah, but you are assuming guilt. Okay. Now, if this story proves to be true, and somebody connected with the club did actually take a pair of binoculars and do what has been said, okay, that is wrong, okay? But really, how significant is that, okay? You played football. It's a bit of a joke, isn't it, really? Now, most of the noise is coming from Portsmouth fans down the south, the so-called whistleblowers. I hear stories like that. Not many championship managers are saying much about this, and they better make sure that anyone who is, that they're not, throwing stones when they live in their own greenhouse. But get it in proportion, please. Saints deserve to be there. And is there a football manager in the Championship who doesn't think the Saints are a great side?
Okay. You can have your say, just like Trevor did. It'd be interesting to see what happens if and when they're found guilty. That's when the story moves on.
Has to happen soon.
Yeah. Right, time now for our coffee break with Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Quality coffee, quality day.
Now, popular streamer and lifelong Man United fan Angry Ginger has been used to promote Manchester United's third kit launch for next season. Ginger was spotted filming with the likes of Matheus Cunha, Amid Diallo, Lisandro Martinez for the announcement. Are you a fan of things like that, Gab?
I'm what, sorry?
What do you mean, what, sorry?
No, I'm not.
Everything I just said, did you not?
No, I listened to it. No.
Where were you?
I would have
what happened?
Ex-players doing it, to be honest.
Not superstars?
I get it if... no, I'll get ex-players.
Okay.
But that means more to the fans.
I think it looks... I'd rather see Cantona in that kit.
Exactly.
And Beckham in that
more
kit.
to the hardcore Manchester United fans out there.
Speaking of kits, I'm led to believe that you get your missus to dress you every morning. Is that true?
Yes, mate, she does. She...
Well, physically? Like
not physically. She puts my clothes out every morning. She packs my suitcase for holidays, what I'm going to wear, and she packs my
That's insane.
case when I go away for work, yeah. It's her job.
No, what do you mean it's her job?
It's her job.
What do you mean it's her job? What does that mean?
That's her job.
What, as a woman?
No, not as a woman, just her job.
That's her job?
Yeah.
So if she's listening to this and she thinks...
She'll agree.
Sometimes I don't feel like I'm getting enough out of life. I can go, well, you do... Your job is to dress...
job.
Gabby.
Well, we all have jobs in the house.
That's a job, is it?
I've got my jobs around the house, I've got
What's your job?
1 second.
I mean,
anything goes wrong in the house.
Yeah.
You
don't do that.
I take control of. I do.
How'd you change your plug?
Say again.
How'd you change your plug?
Easy, mate.
What colour's on the left?
Don't worry about that.
What colour's on the right?
I change light bulbs. I do the meter readings. I make sure the garden's in good nick. So we've all got jobs around the house. One of her jobs is to pack the bags.
Wow, what? She might be packing her bags if you listen to this. What other
Doors
jobs?
open, mate.
What other jobs has she got?
The cooking.
Yeah.
The cleaning, the washing. She does all that as well, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
And she enjoys doing those jobs. But her job is packing the bags.
How do you know she enjoys it? Have you said, do you enjoy
it? I see a smile on the face.
I think you've wiped it off. Wow.
Well, but you have jobs around the house.
Whereabouts is your house? What is it, 1984? Whereabouts?
No. I'm not saying it in that way. I'm saying it in the sense of like,
you go
everyone's got jobs around the house. Sometimes the kids had jobs got to go and put the bins out. Don't do it anymore.
Right.
They're lazy. But now I go and put the bins out. I bring the bins in. I mean, we all have jobs, Andy.
But her job is to dress
One
you.
of her jobs is to dress me.
Have you ever got up in the morning and looked at what she's put out for you and gone like, why would I wear that today?
Sometimes, yeah. And she has to change it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why don't you do it?
Not my job.
Why don't you pack your bag for a holiday?
Not my job, mate.
Well,
I'm here working with you.
Why is it a job? Why can't you just do it?
Because I think it is a job. Everyone does little jobs around the house.
Yeah.
I've got certain jobs. She's got certain jobs.
Yeah.
We've got a job here. You want me to pack my bag while I'm here?
No, but I mean, packing your bag isn't a job. It's just what people do.
Is it?
So if you go on holiday,
yeah,
and presumably she opens the suitcase at the other end and then hangs everything up,
yeah,
and then when you go,
she packs it back. I can't pack a suitcase; it doesn't fit. She packs it nice and neatly so it all fits.
Okay,
I throw it all in.
But she chooses what goes in as well. So
Yeah.
let's just say you get to your holiday destination and you're like, "Where's my favourite top?" And she goes like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't pack it."
I don't know what your favourite top was. Me, I'm not know your favourite top. No, listen.
You've got one job to do: packing a bag.
But I think that happens in every house, doesn't it? That like
No, it
you all
doesn't.
have jobs. So you don't have jobs in your house.
Not in this decade, it doesn't.
You don't have jobs.
Yeah, of course I have jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
does your wife not have jobs that she does?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, but none of them would ever be packing my case or dressing me in the morning. I'd like to do it myself anyway. I couldn't think of anything worse than saying to her, "Can you make sure you do that?"
So when I get up at 5 o'clock,
Yeah,
I wake her up.
I put out my stuff beforehand.
I'll wake her up and say like,
You wake her up?
Yeah. And say like, maybe this t-shirt isn't right. Can I change that?
Oh, please, can you do me a favour? Can you voice record that for tomorrow and then play it on the show?
What, when I wake up?
Yeah.
You alright, Bum? Yeah, I don't like this t-shirt.
Blue jeans? Are you joking me?
I don't wear blue. You know that, babe.
Wow. Okay. If you want to have your say on that, if you're Mrs. Agbonlahor, we'll take your call 03717 223344, unless it's someone else's job to phone up the show. That was all thanks to Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Quality coffee, quality day.
Coming up a huge hour, Neil Warnock. I wonder if he dresses himself. He'll be joining us on Spygate next. And don't forget the legend is James Cordon will be with us in the studio at 8:30. Gabby, look at all the phone lines. There's lots coming up on today's show. It's just approaching 8 o'clock.
I've spent the season, in fact, the last few seasons, absolutely hammering VAR as one of the most disgraceful, shocking, inconsistent, outrageous, and pathetic inventions in the history of world sport. And I would like to make a sincere and humble apology right now to VAR, which I think is a massively misunderstood, brilliant invention that I think should be the template for world sport for the next few decades. No, look, let's be serious. I think that I don't like VAR. I think VAR has sucked the joy out of watching football. I think the constant delays, the constant waiting around, the constant ruining of magical moments because you're never quite sure if it's going to count. I don't like any of it. And I would rather go back, honestly, to the days when we relied on a guy in a black outfit who was going to decide whether it was a goal or not, and with the help of his linesman. Because VAR, I don't think any real football fan likes this because it's so inconsistent. And ultimately, it depends anyway on human beings who've shown themselves to be remarkably frail when it comes to making good decisions. Now, having said that, yesterday, I felt that they made the right decision. They took 5 minutes to get there, and obviously as an Arsenal fan, I would say that. But most independent observers think that there was a clear, I think, double foul on Ray. You've got Pablo with his arm trying to throttle him, and you've got another guy pulling his shirt from the back. So I think it was definitely a foul. But has it been consistent? Have Arsenal got away with murder with similar situations, particularly from our corners where we've been barreling into goalkeepers and defenders all season? Of course it's wrong.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pittodrie on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
Morning. It's 8:05. It's the breakfast show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, and the newly crowned housewife's favourite, Gabby Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Are you all right? You made a lot of friends this morning after that comment.
I think a lot of people agree with me.
Yeah, men from the 1950s, mate.
102.
Have you? I noticed you've turned off your text inbox. You turned it off.
I think it's nice though, mate.
Yeah, no, I think it's lovely. Yeah.
This morning,
it's been lovely working with you.
This morning, I woke her up.
Yeah.
And said,
woke her up. Yeah, go on. What did you say to her? You should be cleaning.
No.
Ironing.
This T-shirt. Yeah, I like it. Thank you.
Okay. Is she allowed to sleep in the same bed as you, or
no,
the same couch? No, different couch.
No way, mate.
No, that'd be disgusting, wouldn't it?
Different room.
Well, look at your eye contact. Is that right?
Different wing.
Different wing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't have that, mate.
They say footballers are different. I don't know where they get that from. The next hour, we'll be joined right here in the studio. We're very excited by the multiple BAFTA, Emmy and Tony-winning actor, co-writer, star Gavin and Stacey. The list goes on. Huge West Ham fan, the legend that is James Cordon. He's over there. We can see him. Morning, James. He's waving back. We've also got multi-platinum singer, TV presenter and Man United fan Ollie Murs on the show. He's midway through a 400-kilometre cycle. It says /run. I'd use the bike if I was. Hopefully he's not too knackered and can answer whether he thinks Carrick should be given the job full-time. But now Southampton, they've booked their spot to face Hull in the Championship playoff final. It's live on talkSPORT on the 23rd of May after that 2-1 win over Middlesbrough last night. However, the game, of course, was marred by Spygate and the impending sanction that Southampton may or may not be given in the next few weeks for allegedly spying on Middlesbrough training. Sports journalist Henry Winter joined the show earlier on today and had his say on the magnitude of the incident.
You know, imagine if you're a coach like Kim Hellberg, and you heard him after the game tonight. You know, he's given absolutely everything, as he said, spending time away from his family, pouring everything into getting this club back into the Premier League. And he's effectively been denied that. But what's Hellberg going to do with his players now? I mean, does he say, right, go off to the beach? Does he say, no, actually train? I hope they go into Rockcliffe, check the bushes, and actually go and train in the hope that they can actually get to Wembley, and that I think justice does prevail.
To give us more on this, let's bring in former Middlesbrough manager, legendary EFL manager, and a man who would never resorted to spying. It's Neil Warnock. Hello, Neil.
Morning, Neil.
Yeah, hiya, lads. Andy, what are you doing up at this time in the morning?
Do you know what? I've got my watch should be PM. It's AM. I was up too early. Do you know what, Neil? At the moment, I feel absolutely fine. And it didn't hit me yesterday. I played golf yesterday, but I'm thinking around about midday I might have to do a Gabby nap, an afternoon nap.
Yeah, no, well, welcome to my world.
Well, how are you? Are you good? Did you hear, by the way, before we talk about Spygate, did you hear Gabby earlier on talking about the fact that his other half not only dresses him every morning, but packs and unpacks his suitcase when he goes on holiday? You wouldn't do that, would you, Neil?
No, I wouldn't do it, but she helps me. You know, I think they help you. But in Gabby's case, the sort of style and taste that he has, it's everybody's benefit that she does that. Really.
Plain T-shirts only, Neil.
I'd never thought of it like that. Otherwise, we'd see like 3/4 lengths, right?
You would.
Yeah, we'd all see that. Right. Let's get to the serious stuff. What do you make of Spygate? What's going on at the moment?
Well, I think it was like when it happened at Leeds. It just shouldn't happen, should it? I mean, to be fair, it's the worst I've ever seen Southampton play, that first half at Middlesbrough. So it didn't help them at all, if that was the case. But I don't think we can do anything until everything's comes out in the, in the
open.
In the wash, yeah.
Well, the problem, Neil, is it's 10 days to the final. You know, it's got a Middlesbrough. Do they carry on training? Are their players will be allowed to go on holiday?
I know what you said, Gabs. I just think I think if they do get fined guilty, they'll get a heavy fine. I don't think they'll get anything to do with the game, if I'm honest. I mean, I know what a lot of people are saying, but I mean, if somebody had watched my team, it would have probably helped us. It would probably have helped us.
Neil, are you familiar with this sort of tactic? Did it used to be fairly common back in the day?
Now I've never known it. I've never ever known it till I read about Bielsa at Leeds. I've never ever thought anything about it really. Like I say, it never bothered me if anybody watched our training sessions because a lot of clubs have open training sessions as well. So it's one of them things, isn't it? Really.
Neil, do you think it's cheating?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think it's cheating a little bit, but I don't think it has a major effect of the result. I think, what you can pick up watching a training session, you might just pick up that somebody's training that you thought might be injured. That's about the only thing I think you could get out of that, because it isn't the same when you're training as the game. Yeah. So, but listen, it's what it is, and they'll have to. Like I said, I've never seen Southampton play as bad.
Exactly.
That first half.
Neil, for me though, when Leeds done it about 10 years ago, when they got fined 200,000, they should have made a law then. If anyone does this, you're going to have to forfeit if you're in the playoffs and you do it, or if you get lose points or whatever during the season. You can't now, can you? Like make a new rule?
You can't,
because Southampton wouldn't have done it, would they, if they knew that they'd be kicked out of the playoffs?
Not in a million years. And like you say, that was the opportunity, Gabs, wasn't it?
Exactly.
When Bielsa did it, to say, right, if this happens again, this is what's going to happen. But they didn't. So they're not going to change it now. So, I think the worst scenario will be similar to what Leeds got, a heavy fine, if they're found guilty.
Who do you think is going to be best suited for Premier League football out of if Saints do get there against Hull?
I think Southampton's best suited, but I wouldn't put Hull off. Everybody writes Hull off. I think that kid when he come on, the winger, Mohamed Baloumi, I thought he was amazing, the Algerian lad. And they've got Matt Crooks, who I had at Middlesbrough. And Matt Crooks is just a fantastic. Gabby will know, he'll have played with one or two. Just a fantastic player in the dressing room. He's everywhere on the pitch. He's a lovely lad off it as well. So, you need people like that. So then, I wouldn't write them off. But when I watched last night, and I thought Ryan Manning was superb last night, and Finn Azez. I like Stewart. I'm not a big fan of the other striker. But what impressed me last night, Gab, I don't know whether you saw that, Andy, Leo Cienza, when he got whacked with Ailey.
And he carried on.
Yeah, he carried on, but
unreal.
It was all right when he was sprinting. I mean, he was the best player on the pitch for me, and he carried on. I mean, I know it sounds silly, but that was like going back in time, wasn't it? When you didn't have subs.
You play on, no matter what.
You just got up and got on with it.
Do you know what I loved about that last night, Neil, as well, though, was the no VAR, and maybe Middlesbrough fans would look at it and say the blatant penalty early on, because we just seen a replay here again. If that was VAR, it's 100% a penalty where the player gets kicked. But, and there's one from Ayling as well where he pushes the winger over, but it's so nice, isn't it, Neil, to watch a game where we can't be stopped, and when you score a goal and the linesman's flag's not up, it's a goal.
I know. I mean, I'm glad I'm not in that era regarding celebrations. When I think of some of the celebrations I've had, and you look at, I mean, the VAR does my head in really, because the pressure they're under. Yes, it probably was the right decision technically, but if you look at the first game of the season at Man United, Arsenal battered Man United's goalie, and the goal wasn't disallowed. So you might say what goes around, but blinking, I mean, yes, they're going to have a moan if it's not given, because there's so much on it. I think VAR for offsides now. I mean, nobody knows what offside is for handball. I don't even think referees know what offside is for handball. So let them decide, and let's get on with it now. I agree with you. I think
you're going to need VAR for ball boys as well now, aren't you?
I wouldn't get the ball
scuffle last night. That was a bit bizarre.
That was funny, wasn't it? I'm sorry, but I did laugh. I loved when I looked at it. He had a little smirky.
He knew what he was doing.
That's the biggest ball boy I've ever seen, I think, Neil, as well. About 6 foot.
27 years old.
I think he was subbed off in the second half. Neil, listen, what a pleasure having you on the show. Thanks so much for your time. Have a wonderful day.
Neil.
Have a good day, lads.
Thanks, man. That was EFL. He is a legend, legendary manager, Neil Warnock. That ball boy stuff was nuts, wasn't it?
Hilarious.
I love the fact that all the players come over to defend him. That was good to see.
But what I didn't like as well, though, was when the two managers had a little bit, because the Southampton manager, he wasn't really having what the referee was saying about what Luke Ayling had told him.
I know, but
I didn't like that.
There's so much on that game.
I know.
Tensions are high. Don't forget the legends and West Ham super fan is James Cordon with us in 15 minutes' time. How about that? He's already outside explaining to all the gallery why England are going to win the World Cup. I agree with him as well. You do not want to miss it. Ollie Murs also on the show. A busy talkSPORT breakfast show. It's 8:15.
Christ on a bike. If you don't win it from now, in terms of beating Burnley and beating Crystal Palace, they've got nothing to play for either side, then you don't deserve to be champions, do you?
And so what would you be doing then on that Monday afterwards? Would you be coming in on that bank holiday so you can give it to me?
You'd be saying,
would you not bother turning up if Arsenal win it?
It's not about giving it to you. It's about holding things to account. No one's really interested in your personal objective.
So we're so close to this. So at the end of the day...
The question is, do you now think that Arsenal should now win the league?
They're in as good a position...
So if they don't win the league now, that would be relatively inexcusable.
Well, why is he... When we get...
And if City were in this position,
just a minute,
I'd be saying the same thing.
Why were you
it was a City bias.
Why were you not saying that at the beginning of last week? When Man City were in that position. When Man City get a point,
because I'm delighted,
only a point.
I'm delighted that Man City, because I'm delighted that Man City aren't going to win the league. Who wants a monopoly?
Who wants it?
Yeah, well, why wouldn't I do? I'm not frightened of saying things. You seem to be unwilling to say certain things. You don't want to name pundits.
No, because I've been in this journey before.
Yeah, because you're
and
worried,
they're very flippant. It's very flippant
to what people are going to say.
Well, it's very flippant to dismiss.
Put your proverbial on the block and say it, and people criticise you or they won't criticise you.
I think quietly behind the scenes.
Have they won it, Martin?
No, they haven't won it, Jim. They've got 2 games to play. Look at Man City, what we're dealing with, and creating an energy. Will Pep be there? Won't he be there? Bernardo Silva hanging up his boots to go somewhere else. There's a drive and an energy to get to the finishing line. You're up against Pep here. Let's not discount that. You have to earn this.
You're not up against Pep. You're up against Burnley and Crystal Palace.
That's it.
And if you don't beat Burnley and Crystal Palace,
no, it's like a tug of war.
No,
you're on that rope, and that rope's starting to come Arsenal's way.
Right.
Chris O'Dowd! When you get the offer to be the voice of a sheep...
Yes, you can only dream, really.
Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser! Well, how much of Rip does your husband in real life have about him?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's mad.
He's Kirsty and Phil!
Can we talk about one other thing?
We can talk about loads of things. It's an interview.
Wake up, it's a beautiful morning.
Morning, everyone. It's 8:20. This is The Breakfast Show on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor alongside me. He's upset a lot of people. Well, he's upset a lot of women this morning with his comments on the back of him saying that his wife dresses him every morning, packs his suitcase, and that's her job. My wife has texted me saying, don't get any ideas. Noel Gallagher has texted me. Morning, Noel. Has texted me words that I can't read out about you.
But you know what, though, mate? There's been a lot of positive texts as well.
No, there hasn't.
Yes, there has.
That says so much about the talkSPORT listener.
There's a text from Nige.
Oh, I agree with Gabby. It's disgusting.
There's a text from Nige. We do the same as Gabby in our household. We all have our own jobs. Okay. Another one. Goldstein, Benty dresses you. That's true as well.
That's true, actually. To be fair, that is true. Yeah, but I don't live with Benty.
Christian here. My missus does the same for me. Lays out my clothes for the day in the bed. Pajamas laid out for me when I get home. Don't know what all the fuss is about, Christian. I don't see the problem. Like, we've all got jobs. We're a team. Everyone's got different jobs. I honestly don't see what the issue is.
I don't see it as
a job. That's what I'm saying. A woman doing this and a man doing that. I just feel like I've got so many jobs to do around the house. You know, she likes to, get my clothes out. And
my advice to you would be on that.
What?
Is when we come off air at 10:01, look for the back door at talkSPORT. You don't want to go out the front.
Oh, perhaps.
No, I was thinking about women in the office. Forget the perhaps is the least of your worries.
I don't think it's an issue, though. It could be the opposite way round, where the man gets the clothes. And it's not an issue about what a woman or man does.
No, of course not.
I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah, I think we should get the odds of you staying with the other half past the end of the week. Should we do that?
She's just dumped me.
Right, let's get all the very latest odds with our friends at Coral and John Hill.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Morning, John. How you doing?
Morning, John.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Gabby. Yeah, we've just slashed the odds from Gabby to be single by the end of the year to even money, Gabby.
People do that on purpose, you know, John, for the summer.
Oh, yeah.
They want to be single for the summer.
It's a great tactic.
Wow, that's true. Yes.
Maybe that was my plan, John.
Great tactic.
Your beach body ready?
It'll take over a year, that, mate.
Yeah. What odds is it for Gabby to get out of the studio alive?
Well, I'm not sure about that. That could be quite big odds. Get that back door, as Andy just recommended. Get yourself out the back door.
Yeah.
But,
Parachute out the building. John, listen, we've got lots to talk to you about. Let's start with the Championship playoff final, Saints against Hull.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a massive game, isn't it? Is this the richest game in football? They say worth 150 million, isn't it, for the side promoted? Well, it's Southampton who are favourites, 1-3 to get promoted at the first attempt. The Saints. Hull obviously finished sixth in the table. They upset the odds against Millwall. Can they do it again? They're 2-1, the Tigers, to beat Southampton at Wembley. So that's going to be a cracking game on the 23rd of May. And as I say, the prize a place in the Premier League next season for either of the two sides.
Big game. What about tonight, mate? Manchester City need to win, keep the pressure on Arsenal.
They do, yeah, absolutely. They'd have been gutted, wouldn't they, with that VAR decision at the London Stadium at the weekend. They've got to keep the pressure on Arsenal, haven't they? I know they'll have the FA Cup on their mind, and of course, this was a repeat of the FA Cup final last season, wasn't it? City versus Palace, but different things on stake tonight. They're 1-5 to prevail City this evening. The draw 13-2, Palace 10-1. To cause an upset. And in terms of that Premier League outright betting, at the moment, Arsenal 1-7 favourites from here. So we're saying basically they've got one end of the trophy, Arsenal, and 11-2 Manchester City to turn it around.
Okay, the big games live on talkSPORT don't end. They're live on talkSPORT 2. Stockport against Stevenage.
Yeah, in League One, of course, playoffs here. Stockport have a 1-goal advantage. It was a late goal against Stevenage in the opening leg here. So they're in good position here. 1-8 Stockport to qualify for the League One player final. 17-4 Stevenage to turn it around. And in terms of tonight's game, Stockport even money to win at Edgeley Park.
Big game tonight as well. Motherwell versus Celtic.
It is, yeah. Massive game up there in Scotland. Celtic 7-10. To prevail in this one. Motherwell just a little bit bigger than 3-1, and Hearts are taking on Falkirk.
Yes.
Hearts, of course, in this title race. It's been brilliant, hasn't it?
Are they favourites still for the title? Hearts.
They're just favourites, 4-5. Hardly separate them in the betting. 4-5, even money Celtic. So there's hardly anything in it. And it's been brilliant for the neutral, hasn't it? We're used to Celtic and Rangers dominating, aren't we, up there in Scotland? And I think it was Sir Alex Ferguson with Aberdeen, the last manager, to upset the old firm. And when it can Hearts do it this year? Well, every chance. They're 4-9 to beat Falkirk tonight and keep their hopes alive in the Scottish Premiership outright.
And finally, John, a big meet at York.
It is, yeah. It's the Dante meeting, 3-day meeting over the next 3 days. It's day one today. The Musadora Stakes is the feature at 4 or 5. It's effectively a trial for the Oaks this Sunday, so we'll see some nice fillies in action. And Legacy Link is the favourite for John and Fady Goldstein, 11-10 favourite to prevail today, 8-1 for the Oaks in Epsom in June. So it's one of my favourite racecourses, I have to say. It should be glorious up there today. The sun should be shining on the Naysmire, and there'll be a cracking crowd there, no doubt.
Fingers crossed. What you do with the rest of the day, John? What are you up to?
I'm heading to the gym, Andy. I've been a bit poor recently. I've hardly been going to the gym, so I need to get myself back in action, get on that treadmill and lift some weights. And
Who puts out your gym kit, John?
Oh, great question. Great question. Yeah, who does that? Who takes your socks off and massages your feet, John?
But I need to get myself ready for the sun, Andy. I've probably left it too late, but it's never too late, I guess, to get back in the gym.
Never too late. Well, listen, always a pleasure. Have a great day.
Thank you, mate.
Enjoy the treadmill.
Cheers, boys. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Got one more, mate. I've got to read out. Ollie sent it me.
Go on.
This is from Becky. Leave Gabby alone. I'm a woman, and we all have our own jobs. See, mate.
You've just made that up. Becky does not exist.
Here's Bex.
Right, Becky.
Becky's there.
Oh, is it Bex or Becky?
Becky.
Right, Becky.
Rebecca.
Becky. 03717223344. You can tell me rather than Gabby read out a text. That was a look at the latest odds with Coral 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Right, if you have plans for the next 45 minutes, 30 minutes, cancel them, because up next, superfan, big West Ham superfan, James Cordon will be with us live on The Breakfast Show. Make sure you join me, Gabby and he for that right after this.
Leeds, they had injuries. They weren't really at the races.
Oh, they should have won it, though. Leeds should have won it.
Yeah, because we fell apart. We fell apart, mate.
What's that?
Yeah, but
Don't blame Leeds. Don't having a proper West Ham.
I'm not blaming Leeds, but Leeds were there to get beat tonight. It wasn't a great performance from Leeds, right? But once we scored, we went 1-0 up, right? Yeah. And we fell apart. We were bottling it all over the park. No one had any bottle to get on the ball, to make a pass, to have some structure. There was no pattern of our play. Everything that De Zerbi's probably been working on with them just went completely out the window.
Well,
There's 11 players just out there hoping that something might happen.
I thought it was a good point. I thought it was a decent point, mate.
Is that what you're going to say for 2 hours? You're just going to say it's a good point? Right.
Well, you could have come away with nothing. I'll tell you what's worse, losing. That's worse.
I know, mate, but that's not a good point. We're at home. Out of the 3 games we got left, that's the easiest
How many
game.
points have you picked up this season at home?
I don't know. Not many.
Right, not many. So that's a good point.
I don't think we've won at home for 5 months. I know, but come on.
5 months? I've had a hair transplant. It's going to grow back. I'll have a hair transplant. It's going to grow back by the time you next win at home. That's how long it's been. I only had a hair transplant about 6 weeks ago.
Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that performance. What is Matthias Dell doing? What?
Oh, it's a brilliant finish. What are you on about?
No, the goal's a great goal. What's he doing in his box? What is he doing? A bicycle kick.
Yeah.
A bicycle kick in your own box when you're in the bottom 3, when you can't see what's around you, and he's trying to do a bicycle kick. Honestly, what's he doing?
For the last few years, Formula One has gone from elitist and insular to a global entertainment brand. The transformation's down to American investment group Liberty Media, who cultivated a new image for the sport since buying it in 2016. Better access to drivers, improved on social media, and tapping into the US market have given F1 a massive boost in both attention and revenues. But is everyone happy? The fans certainly are, as evidenced by Drive to Survive. Almost 7 million people per season have tuned in to get all the gossip and all the drama from the paddock. The extra exposure means the drivers can demand a higher salary too. In 2010, the top drivers were earning $20 million a year, which isn't bad. But now, the very best earn 3 times that. Max Verstappen getting a whopping $65 million in 2025. But money doesn't always buy happiness. Some drivers, including Verstappen, don't like the pageantry the changes have brought about. In Las Vegas in 2023, Verstappen said the drivers were made to look like clowns, and the event was 99% performance, 1% race. Some purists who still watch the sport feel the same, and that the spirit of competition has suffered. But Formula One and Liberty Media don't look like slowing down anytime soon. So expect more races, major events and exclusive access in future.
Good morning, everyone. It's 8:32. You're listening to The Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark. Shop the upgrade event today and get an extra £500 when you part exchange your car. Don't miss your chance to boost your valuation. Now, if you've got the chance to watch YouTube, you've got it on your tablet or wherever you have YouTube, now is the time to turn it on because we're joined by a superstar from High Wycombe to Barry Island to the USA. Our next guest really has done it all.
What do you fancy?
Chicken boner, lamb boner, prawn boner, mushroom rice, bag of chips, keema naan and 9 poppadoms.
You might be out in the road, you know, dressed as Maria from The Sound of Music, running out in front of cars, singing a song.
Who killing them in the UK? Everybody better say UK. Crouchy, when I look at you, everything tells me that you should be rubbish at football.
But also, how good is Andy Goldstein?
He's great,
No,
man.
honestly, as like a broadcaster, I
He's
think he
amazing.
is. The great people make you think, oh, I could do that.
I'm talking like staple, tray service, swivel, can, open, drinkity drink, yeah?
You ain't gonna find better than me, Neil.
I already did.
What? Speak up.
I said I already did.
Goosebumps, look at that. Yeah, that's right. Multiple BAFTA, Emmy and Tony winning actor, co-writer of the legendary Gavin and Stacey, massive West Ham fan, and all-round good guy and legend. James Cordon is with us in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning, mate.
Good morning,
So
James.
happy to be here.
It's our pleasure. How are you?
I'm really well. Yeah, I'm very good.
Thank you for coming in.
It's a pleasure.
It's lovely. We've got so much to talk to you about.
For sure.
Before we talk about football, right?
Yes.
I was just going over old stuff that you've done, right?
Mm.
And I was watching with my producer Ollie this morning when you did the Sports Personality of the Year. I think it was 09, 07, I can't remember. It was nearly 20 years ago. And you stood up in front of everyone, right?
Yes.
You gave, as Smithy, you gave this massive speech.
Smithy won Coach of the Year.
And I said to the producer, he's got a good memory, right? How nerve-wracking must that have been for you? Was that just insane? Did you have autocue on that? Or was that...
Well, yeah, no, there was a prompter, but the issue was with that is we shot that 8 minutes
before
they went live for Sports Personality, so we only had one. We could only do it once.
Yeah.
From the standing up in the crowd, the walking through, doing all the stuff. So also, we had to make sure that lots of people were in the audience because as Sports Personality, they all wait in this room before they go out, and we had to go up to like Freddie Flintoff, and what we had to say to him, we had to go, Freddie, we're going to do this thing. Don't laugh along,
okay?
Because it can't look like it's like a sort of roast monologue.
Yeah,
which is why Freddie's such a brilliant actor. Looks so angry in that we just like make out like it's real. Don't just laugh along when we start saying all these things to different people. And the only instruction I was given was you can't interact with Capello because they were like, you're not allowed to interact with Capello. Right. So when I walked down and I saw him, I thought, well, we can only do this once. So I don't know if you remember, I grabbed him and I kissed him on both cheeks as if I was like his assistant coach or whatever. Yeah. But it was quite exhilarating. I don't know if I've ever done anything probably more exhilarating because we knew there was no second take. You couldn't go back in after. Because they had to dismantle the whole stage. It was,
What was more nerve-wracking, that or in the VT leading up to that? You're jumping off top ball with Tom Daly, right?
Yes.
I mean, how you did that? I assumed you would use a stunt double, but then there's a close-up of you falling down. Yeah, that's horrific, right?
It's just, no. It's
I couldn't do that.
You're just jumping off. It's not.
I couldn't do that.
No, it's not. Look, it's not nice, but it's not. It's only, what is it, 5 meters? 3 meters?
No, look. Okay.
10 meters? No, 10 meter high board, right? It's the highest board.
Come on, Andy.
Is it 10 in the Olympics?
I think it's more than that. I think it's about 100.
No.
It looked high to me.
So I think it's the 10 meter high board is the highest one in Olympics. No, you're just falling.
I could.
That's all you're doing. You're just falling.
I looked the one with the England players, the Golden Generation.
Oh,
and in that clip, when I'm watching it, Ashley Cole's smiling the whole way through.
Yeah.
Beckham's smiling the whole way through. John Terry's trying to be serious. Lampard's trying to be serious. That was hilarious.
Well, they had no idea what we were doing. So we didn't even know which players would be there that day. When we did the Smithy England team sketch, they guaranteed 4 players. Right? That's all the FA would guarantee. So there was this corridor. It's at this hotel called the Grove in Watford. Yes. And there's this corridor. And there was maybe I want to say 500 England shirts laid out. And when players come down, they just had to sign these shirts. 500 is probably an exaggeration, but it looked like 500. And so what we would do is I would just stand near that area because you weren't allowed past this bit. And you'd see Frank Lampard. And you go, Frank, hey, mate, hi. And he'd be like, all right. I'd say, we're doing this sketch, and Frank actually went, "Oh no, yeah, they said it was. It's not really I don't really fancy it." I was like, please come like that. And then we were my great friend Gabe Turner and Ben Winston, who directed the sketch, were texting like Simon Oliveira, who was Beckham's agent at the time, going, "Please let him come down." They were like, "Oh, he's a bit tired. He travelled yesterday." We were like, "No, I know." And then they all showed up. So a lot of those lines were written 20 minutes before. It's why we didn't have anything for Michael Carrick.
Yes.
Because no one told us that Michael Carrick was coming until he arrived. And we were like, we haven't got anything for Carrick. And we had stuff for other players who weren't there.
It was great.
Oh, it was such
Look, we'll talk England a bit later on.
Okay.
We've got you for, I'm hoping, 45 minutes.
As long as you want.
Okay.
As long as you
Very
want.
kind of you. Let's start with your beloved West Ham.
Oh, man.
What's happening? Where are we at?
Do you mean where are we at this season, or where are we at
as a club? I mean,
as a club, where are we? Oh god.
Okay, well, I do. It's probably easier to talk about.
Minutes.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably easy to talk about West Ham right now. In fact, we'll talk about the most recent thing that's happened with West Ham, and that is Sunday.
Yeah.
And Arsenal.
Yeah.
And that goal.
Yes.
And the scenario.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it is. I think it is a foul.
Yeah.
I think anyone that's saying it isn't a foul, that's not the point. I actually don't think. I've not met anybody who isn't saying that it's not. It is a foul. The point is there's 5 other fouls happening at the same time. So what determines which foul you're doing, and the sheer inconsistency in VAR is the very thing that's making fans so angry. It's you cannot allow. So, and I actually think this is going to come to a head at the World Cup. I think because suddenly we're going to have so many different referees from so many different leagues. And I think this really only happens in the Premier League. This new, and it does feel like it's only this season. The idea that the players are literally, I mean,
they're
like,
wrestling, yeah?
They're wrestling players down to the ground and just hoping that the referee's eye or that the ball is somewhere else so that VAR go, this is this. And so I do think it is a foul, but I think the sheer levels of inconsistency and the fact that obviously it's against Arsenal, who are a team who have done this a lot this season, is the thing that makes it particularly heartbreaking. But look, if we go down, it's not going to be because of that goal. It's not because of that decision. We're going to go down because of decisions that have been made over the last 2, 3, 5 or 10 years at West Ham United. That's why we're going to go down. There is a very real issue at West Ham, I think, that every fan can feel, which is, I think what you're really talking about is sort of a lack of identity. I think we've just been getting through stuff, and lots of fans would go, yeah, but you know, and I think those like the Conference League win, and in Prague, I was there. It was the greatest night, and no fan would ever give it up. It was amazing, but I do think that season papered over a lot of cracks that lots of West Ham fans could see, that there is just a sort of lack of vision within the club. Everything feels reactive. Nothing feels particularly proactive. I think we started the season with a squad that was 100% nailed down to be in this position. And we played 3 games before we bought Fernandes and Magassa. Fernandes, I think, is an extraordinary footballer. I think he will go to a team. He reminds me a bit of, is it Vitinha, who's now in PSG, was at Wolves, and Wolves fans knew how good he was, and no one else really took any notice, and now he's at PSG, and we're like, he's amazing. Sorry. I think Fernandes has that sort of ability, but we're 3 games in by that point. We'd lost 3 games. Sunderland away, Chelsea at home, I forget the third one, before we'd bought those players. So everything is reactive to a situation, and I think if we go down, that it'll be those decisions that are the.
Don't you think it's incredible though that winning the Conference League, you think of as a West Ham fan, all right, 1 European trophy, let's go to the next level, let's try and qualify for the Champions League, Europa League, and then sacking David Moyes, I think was the wrong decision because the grass is always greener. And it showed that, hasn't it? It hasn't worked since David Moyes.
I don't know if I agree with that. And I really love David Moyes. I love David Moyes. What he did for our football club was incredible, and he is a brilliant manager. But any fan would tell you that those seasons that David Moyes was there were depreciating returns. They were. We were, and you know, had we not
won the aim be for West Ham, James? Then
the aim should be to be absolutely trying to finish in the top 10. And if you can finish in the top 10, you can finish in the top 7. And if you finish in the top 7, you're playing European football. So, and if you get into the Conference League, like I can actually chart a lot of our issues back, and this is really deep sort of West Ham stuff, so I apologise to anyone.
It's great.
Yeah. I can chart a lot of this back to the season that we were in the Europa League, and we the transfer window had just closed, and we beat Lyon away in the quarterfinal to get to the semi-final against Eintracht. I went to that game, and I was sat with some owners of West Ham, and some of the owners who I really get on quite well with, and I was like, I think, and it was so odd to be at Lyon in a Europa League quarterfinal, and I was saying, I think we've just missed the biggest opportunity we've had as a football club. And they were like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Ah. And that January window, I think, we had our owners with what I consider to be like true and pure ambition just for the fans and the football club. If we'd have gone out and bought 2 players in that January, a striker, and probably, I mean, at the time I was talking a lot about Calvin Phillips. I was like, just go and get Calvin Phillips.
Yes.
Like, and obviously he came the next season, and it hasn't, something, and I feel for Calvin Phillips a lot as to where his career's gone, but maybe it would have been different then. But somebody similar, we would have had a deeper squad. And I think those 2 players, there is a very strong chance that we can beat Eintracht in the semi-finals because you can rest Declan Rice, because you've got a central midfielder who can play in those Premier League games. I think we beat Eintracht in those semi-finals because it was quite close anyway. Then we beat Rangers in the final, and then you're in the Champions League. Everybody talks about David Moyes, and as I say, I absolutely love David Moyes. You cannot shy away from or ignore the fact that David Moyes had Declan Rice in his team, and Declan Rice is, without question, the best English central midfielder of his generation. Yes. And he was in that team. If Declan Rice was in our team now, would we be in this position? I don't think so. I think we'd have a minimum of 3 more points than we've got.
We've got so much to get through, right? We've got to go to a break in a minute. I'm going to get in trouble, but it's worth getting in trouble for. So you're talking about a great player at West Ham, right? Another top player you've got is Jared Bowen. Mm-hmm. If you go down, will he go or will he stay, do you think?
I don't know why I think this, and it could just be because I love Jared. I've got a sort of niggling feeling that I feel like Jared might stay. And if I was Jared, unless Liverpool, I think if Liverpool come in for him or Man United come in for him, he absolutely should go, and he should go with every West Ham fan's blessing, because the opportunity to play in the Champions League is something that Jared Bowen, I think, cannot give up. If the question is, should I leave West Ham and go to Everton or, I don't know, Brentford, say, or Newcastle, where you're not guaranteed Champions League football in any way, shape or form, if I was Jared Bowen, I'd say to the owners, I'll take the pay cut, which I think is 40%, something like that. I'll take the pay cut and I'll stay. If we come back up, you give it to me, you give it all to me on the day we go up, and I want a new contract. And those are the just, or sell me.
All right. Fair. Last question, then we'll go to a break. West Ham stay up or England win the World Cup?
West Ham stay up.
Okay. Still to come on the Breakfast Show.
I mean, too late now. Because if West Ham stay up, it means Tottenham have gone down.
Yes, that's a very good
You
point.
know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I agree with you now.
Benchmarks. Another brilliant half hour with the wonderful James Corden coming up. Multi-platinum singer and TV presenter Ollie Murs will join us on the show ahead of the 20th anniversary of Soccer Aid. We'll also ask former Southampton striker Charlie Austin what punishment should be dealt to the Saints if they are found guilty of Spygate. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins. More from James right after this.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
Afternoon, boys.
So, yeah, as we said earlier on to Andy Brassel, it looks like it was moving on apace, the Jose to Madrid train. So, where are we at?
Yeah, that certainly seems to be the direction of travel. In fact, it's been suggested to me this afternoon that it's virtually agreed now that Real Madrid are going to reunite with Jose Mourinho. Of course, he's in charge of Benfica at the moment. He's had a pretty successful period since returning to Portuguese football, but there is a break clause in his contract at the end of the season that means a club can pay Benfica €3 million. He'll be a free agent, and that will enable him to move on. As I say, I think it will be back to the Bernabeu. I'm fascinated to see how this works out. It's been described to me as Real Madrid's worst season in a number of years. We heard about that dressing room bust-up last week between two of their star players. Obviously, it was a dismal defeat in the Clásico to Barcelona, handing them the title. So there's a lot of work to be done, but it's not the first time that Florentino Perez has gone back to someone that he knows. And I think in Jose Mourinho, they see someone who can come in and assert that dressing room authority that maybe Xabi Alonso struggled with all the egos that they have on their books. And clearly Agbonlahor is struggling as well.
Good stuff, Crookie. Thanks very much.
No worries.
There's Alex Crook there, and we'll keep an eye on that story. Andy Brassel was sceptical, I think it's fair to say, earlier on, our European football expert, that was going to work, but
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win, because we're giving one lucky listener the chance to win a massive £25,000. Oh my God. Go to talksport.com/win to enter now, and you could win 25 grand in your hand, tax free.
Oh, that's incredible.
Get that winning feeling courtesy of talkSPORT Win.
Thank you very much.
Find out how to enter now at talksport.com/win.
Morning, everyone. It's 8:50. It's the Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor. Now, if you're just tuning in, then you're going to kick yourselves, because for the last 20 minutes, we have the icon that is James Corden with us here in the studio. We've got him for another 4 hours. How about that? James, did you hear, by the way, did you hear Gabby saying earlier on that he gets his wife not only to dress him in the morning, but to pack his suitcase when he goes away?
Don't get her. She wants to.
It's her job, and I quite her job. What do you make of that?
I'm not sure that I can't be certain that Gabby's telling the truth on that.
I think
he might be right. He might be right. Maybe,
I don't think you'd go on.
Maybe I'm on the wind up, and you never know.
I don't think you'd wind that up on the.
Why not?
Because people are going to go for you.
Who cares?
All right, okay, fine.
It's funny.
So you're saying that your wife chose that outfit rather than
she took a lot of a lot of time.
Alcohol.
Yeah. If your wife chose that outfit, I think you've got deeper problems.
Well, there's hatred there, right?
Yeah,
I'll get him to wear that tomorrow. That'll have him.
He's going to look funny on here.
Yeah, that'll get him. James, before we're going to talk World Cup, but let's talk about you and the World Cup. You're doing a World Cup show, I read.
Yeah, I do for Fox in America. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm doing a show every night after the games.
Every night after every. So that's, that's tough, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'm hopeful. I mean, it'll be kind of great. It's good to watch all the games, and then we'll just make it sort of. It's like a silly kind of show. Rio's going to be on it. There's a brilliant comedian called Ian Carmel's going to come down, and we'll just be hanging out, talking about games.
You're doing it in LA, you mentioned. Do you think it makes a difference doing a World Cup show in America rather than England? Will the reaction be different?
It's hard to say, really, because I think this World Cup's going to be quite challenging. I think. I think for lots of reasons, but the idea that it's Canada, America, Mexico just means I don't know quite how fans are going to travel and the cost implications of it. I think it's strange. I don't think anybody's really thinking enough about what the atmosphere is going to be like in stadiums. That's my worry, and I don't. It's just going to be hard for fans, I think. And I also think we were really. I think the last World Cup was maybe the best World Cup we'll ever watch because it was held in the middle of the season, which is why we got that final, which is the greatest final you could ever see.
Yeah.
You know, when Declan Rice, for example, gets to the World Cup, he'll have played, if you include in England games, he'll have played like 70 games, roughly.
It's insane, right?
And now you've got to play the World Cup. I just think people are going to be tired. I think the heat is going to be incredible. But listen, it's still the World Cup. It always delivers. It never doesn't. So I think it's going to be fun to talk about. I know that for sure.
Yeah. Are you confident with Thomas Tuchel in charge?
I think he's incredible. I think he's.
Do you know him? Did you speak to him at all?
I've met him. Yes.
Okay.
I think he's amazing.
Why are you smiling?
Because you know the answer to the question. You know exactly.
I
what
thought
you're
I'd
doing.
ask the question.
Yeah,
though.
I love him. I think he's incredible.
Yeah.
I think he is just an extraordinary manager. I think he's just brilliant, and I think his outlook. I think tactically, the way he talks about football is extraordinary. I think we're.
Who do you think has to play well for us to win it?
Everybody. I think.
Is there one player though that is it Harry Kane has to?
Well, Harry Kane has the issue with Harry Kane. I think is going to be can he play?
Yeah.
Can he play that long in that heat? I don't think anybody's talking enough about quite what it's going to feel like to play some of those games in that humidity.
It's horrible.
In June and July, like in Dallas at 5 p.m. I think it's going to be
can't breathe.
Absolutely
horrible.
Draining. Yeah. So I think these water breaks are going to be interesting. The game management is going to be the biggest thing, I think. So, you know, people are going to say, I'm mad for this. But I even wonder if later in the tournament, you know, if we get quarterfinals, semi-finals, I wonder if there's an argument for not starting Kane and bringing him on, knowing that these games might go to extra time and penalties, which is absolutely...
I'm sure rotation
absolutely,
will be key.
yeah, but not starting your captain is a huge call. So I'm not sure this is something that they'd ever do. But I wonder if you want Harry Kane at the end of games rather than the first 70 minutes of games.
Well, I suppose the question is, do you want to try and win the game early or make sure you try not to lose it towards the end, right?
Well, I think Harry Kane does drop off, doesn't he, a lot into that 10 position.
Yeah.
Conserve energy.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll do that even more during the World Cup.
Yeah. I think, I don't. But also the question is who comes on if it isn't Harry Kane?
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see, actually, if we do rotate as much as I think we should, because in previous World Cups, it's usually the 1 to 11 usually picks itself, right? Unless there's an injury or someone's feeling a bit fatigued. I just wonder if for the early game, if we've got a team, the group game, if we've got a team where on paper we're like, we should beat Panama.
Yeah, but then you also want your players to start to feel that rhythm of playing with each other. Certainly your back 4 or 5. People are going to say I'm absolutely mad, but I think about this quite a lot, and I think there is a shout for Jude Bellingham if Kane can't go more than like 70 minutes, for Jude Bellingham to play up front.
See, I've said that before.
That's not crazy.
Okay, good.
That's a great show.
Are you saying that because you think Bellingham's best at leading the line as a false line, or because we don't have a good enough backup to Harry Kane?
I just think Jude Bellingham is an absolute presence, right? And I think Jude Bellingham, people talk a lot about Jude, but he gets in the box and he scores goals, right? For sure. Yep. That is probably the thing he's best at. It's not like you ever see him sort of beat 5 players or, you know, curling a free kick from outside the box or anything. Like, he gets in the box. He is a nuisance. He's such a presence. And I think if you're... Imagine this. Imagine it's a quarterfinal. I don't know who we'd be playing. And Jude starts up front, right?
It could be Brazil, by the way, in that game.
Okay, so let's say Jude starts up front. Mm-hmm. He doesn't take any... You know, he puts himself about... And then, in that heat, Harry Kane's coming on in the 65th minute, 70th minute. If you're a defender, you're like, oh, stop. I'm exhausted and Harry Kane's coming on. Or Harry Kane's going off and you're like, Jude Bellingham's coming on. I think there's something about the aura and presence of those players.
Do you know you're starting 11 right now if everyone's
fit? I don't think I do, actually.
There are a few areas that are a bit...
Yeah, who plays left back?
O'Reilly.
Yeah, I think probably Nico O'Reilly. I think he's been fantastic.
So, and then right back is...
James, if he's fit.
But he won't be fit, will he? I don't think he will be fit. So
if he's not fit, I don't know who plays there.
No.
tough, isn't it? Livramento's out injured as well.
Yeah.
Centre half.
In my head, they just said Trent, and I'm a bit like, I'd take it.
He's not having Trent, no.
I know, I
He's
agree.
not having him.
I agree.
Some weird reason.
James, we've got you for another 15 minutes. Is that okay?
As long as you want.
Is that as long as so? If I want to go to make my own show at 10,
sure.
We'll go over talkSPORT.
I talk about football all day.
Okay,
I normally do.
Yeah, good. That's why we got you in, right? Remember that the talkSPORT network brings you the live commentary of all 104 World Cup games. That's going to be amazing. And as always, the best place for you to react next Friday when James' beloved Thomas Tuchel names his final 26-man England squad for USA, Mexico and Canada. Right, stay with us because up next, James Cordon is going to tell us why he thinks PSR is ruining the Premier League.
Is the Anfield crowd continuing to turn, though, on Arne Slot, or can he win back the Liverpool faithful? Just last Wednesday, Danny Murphy finished off this show very strongly by saying, well, the Liverpool fans I know, and they're all diehards, have given up on Slot, and it's time to go. Arne Slot was asked if he feels he can win those disaffected Liverpool fans back.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Not this season, by the way. This season they will have their opinion and it will not change. But if we can have the summer that we are planning to have, then I'm 100% convinced that we will be a different team next season than we are now. Different in terms of results, different in how things look. But it's not always that simple because sometimes you know what you have to do, but it's not always possible to also get exactly what you want. But for us, for me, it's really clear what we are lacking this season.
Well, the boos rang out, Martin, at full time, and many of the Liverpool fans, Simon, are not having them any longer. One wonders what he's going to do now, or if he has any time left to do what he wants to do and win them back round.
He won the Premier League last year, Jimmy. He's to be given more time, but they seem to have lost their way a little bit. I thought when he went there initially...
More than a little bit, though, Martin, isn't
it? But when he went there initially, like, it was very...
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
Morning, everyone. It's 4 minutes past 9. You're listening to The Breakfast Show on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor, alongside an Arnold Clark. Buy a used car and get a free 2-year service plan. Plus, get an extra £500 when you part exchange. Shop the upgrade event today. Still to come, Southampton might have made it to Wembley, but at what cost? They could be kicked out of the playoffs if Spygate is proven. I think that's nuts. We'll ask former Southampton striker Charlie Austin what punishment should be dealt. A reminder, by the way, Paddy McGuinness will be on our show. Big day for Bolton tomorrow. Paddy McGuinness will be on our show tomorrow. But talking of big names, we're still joined in the studio by this man.
You ain't going to find better than me, Neil.
I already did.
What? Speak up.
I said I already did.
James Cordon with us. How are you, James?
Very well.
I should throw Yasmin under the bus. So Yasmin is outside. She works at talkSPORT.
Yeah.
She's a big cock here at talkSPORT. And she said to me, she went, I love James Cordon. I never knew he knew so much about football.
Oh, wow.
So that's nice that that's coming across, right? Because people, obviously, when they see famous people like you and they see you as an actor or presenter or whatever, they don't necessarily know that you are as engrossed and ingrained in football as the rest of us. You absolutely...
Well, it's probably the thing I talk about most in my
Do you find it frustrating that you can't talk about it more?
Yeah. I want to talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
It's all my chat groups on my WhatsApp are all about they're just all about football. And then we've even got splinter chat groups within bigger chat groups. It's like
You should go live after games with a rant.
Are you ever surprised when you meet all these superstars? Do they ever talk to you about football, like the American market? Have you ever met a Hollywood superstar and he's gone, "Hey, I must talk to you about your mate David Beckham"?
Not that I can think of. Not off the top of my head that anyone that really gets in the weeds of it.
But it's nice, right? Because if you don't know someone and they turn to you and go, "Who's your team?" It's like, oh, okay, we're going to be friends forever.
That's great. Yeah.
And the opposite, right? If you go, "Who's your team?" and they go, "I don't like football," you're like, I don't want to be stuck with you.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, all right, mate.
Yeah. All right, Gabby. Who dresses you? Right. Let's talk to you about Spygate.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a very bizarre situation.
It is.
I don't know if you heard the top of the show, but for the life of me, there's no way I can see Southampton being kicked out of a competition. But I think they should have a heavy fine.
I think with a lot of these things, when you kick when we all sort of talk in broad brushstrokes and kick them out of the competition and things like that, I think you're not really thinking about all of the fans that were in St Mary's last night. Those players, there was none of those players on the pitch were like, "Oh, Gaffer, can we get a deeper look at what they're doing on set pieces?" I think it's funny. I was listening to Henry Winter, who said a financial ban is irrelevant, and I don't know if that's right, because I think if Southampton go up, they will make what from the TV revenue
150 plus.
So let's say it's 100. Let's just say it's 150 million pounds. Then you've got to give 50% of next year's revenue, whichever league you're in, to Middlesbrough because you're cheating, and it is cheating.
Yes,
if found guilty.
Yeah, which is I think is pretty bang on.
Okay,
your cheating has prevented them from progressing to go up to the Premier League next year. Regardless of whatever league you're in, 50% of your revenue or your projected revenue, so it has to be paid at the start of the season, will be paid to them as compensation. So if they go up, they've got to give them £75 million, which basically means Southampton will probably go up next season. Middlesbrough will go up next season.
I do love that, right? But the only problem with it is the fans that will be missing out, because the fans will be saying, well, we don't really care about the money. We don't get a cut of that. We're going to miss out on Premier League football.
Yeah, but Middlesbrough with £75 million starting next season.
They're in a better place. Yeah,
it's going to be incredible. They will, they should go up at a canter, I would imagine. That's what,
What I think, Zod, is that what would they have learned from spying? Is it someone's going to take a certain set piece? Is there a player that's meant to be injured that's going to play? It's so ridiculous to put yourself in these situations, isn't it? For that.
It's difficult to know. I don't know enough about how training, what I mean? I don't know enough about what you would or wouldn't see, but there's, you've also got to ask the question, is this something they've been doing all season? Is this something they've been doing in other games?
Yeah.
Can other teams go, are you in a position now where other teams this season could go, well, hang on, let's look back at our game. And they absolutely, how did they know that we were going to play that short corner? Because look at where their players are placed.
Yeah.
I think we should also stop calling it Spygate, and we should just call it cheating. It's just cheating. You're just cheating the system. That's all you're doing. You're cheating those fans. You're cheating those players. So therefore, you should have to pay, I think, a very severe and heavy price, which I imagine they will do. I imagine that's what it will be. I imagine it will be a financial. But I cannot see a world.
Nor can I.
Where you could, because they'll just wrap it up in so much red tape. It's the same as like the Man City, the 115 charges and all these things. It's this 115 charges is insane how long it's been going.
Yeah. I think it's 1 year per charge we got to wait before we find out.
But it is nuts. And I think the only way you can deal with I've got real feelings about like FFP and PSR and all those things, but the financial regulations, and if you have broken those things, the idea that like there's maybe 3 or 4 clubs have been charged and paid the fines or taken the deductions or whatever. I think the rules should be, as long as an investigation is taking place, you cannot sign any more football players, which would make the clubs go, well, we want this wrapped up as soon as possible. Because if you look at January, and Man City were 9 points adrift of Arsenal, and they go and they buy the 2 best players in the Premier League that are available to them at that point.
Yeah.
They go, we need a defender, get Gahey, and they get Semenyo, who was without question at that moment the best player that was available to them at that point. They claw those 9 points back and it's done. Then what's going to happen, probably this summer or September sort of time, maybe, whatever the Premier League decide will come out, then they're going to appeal it. So that's another 12 months.
I agree with everything you're saying, but the problem is you're effectively saying it's guilty until found innocent, right?
No, you're saying you cannot operate financially.
I know, but if you're found not guilty, then you've wasted maybe 2-3 transfer windows, and that's not fair.
Yeah. But fair since none of it's fair. FFP isn't fair.
I know, but it is innocent till proven guilty, right? You should be allowed to go on your merry way.
But you also shouldn't be allowed. Okay, so maybe you give a 12-month window. If this goes past 12 months and we feel that you as a club are dragging this on.
I like the way we've negotiated down to 12 months there.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I
do understand that these things are complex, and none of these things are
look at Leicester.
Black and white.
Leicester lost points this season.
Yeah.
Leicester
that happened quick.
Everton lost points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it comes back to this notion that now we are in a position, I think, where the Premier League are absolutely terrified of any damage happening to this, what we call the top 6.
Yeah.
Like, we're all joking about Tottenham going down and how much we all that like it and all these things. If West Ham go down, right, it's a football story, okay? If Tottenham go down, I think it's a boardroom story. I think the sort of ramifications of that it does to the Premier League if Tottenham go down are more extraordinary than any of us can ever begin to imagine. I think it is crazy that you're probably talking about 250 to 400 million pounds of value gets wiped off every other top 6 team, right? because no one's going to be buying or talking about buying Aston Villa or Man United or Liverpool. 2 of the 3 of those have been put up for sale within the last 3 years, going, come and take us if you'd like to. Suddenly you're like, well, no, because if Tottenham can get relegated, anyone can get relegated. The valuations of these teams are going, and then by proxy of that, the valuation of the Premier League drops down. And I think the Premier League are going, this is a disaster for us. It's a disaster if Tottenham go down.
You think they'd rather West Ham then?
No question. I'm not saying there's any conspiracy. I don't believe that for a second.
No, I understand what you're saying.
I do think
I get that.
When they put in the FFP and the PSR, they sold us this thing that, like, this is just to protect smaller teams from going out of business. We're protecting communities and all those things. And there is an element of truth to that. But what I really believe they were doing is pulling up the ladder and pulling up the drawbridge to protect the top 6, because all you're doing now is rewarding historical success.
Yes.
Because what you're saying is, if you can only lose 100 million every 3 years, right? But if your revenue, so take Brentford's kit sponsor, right? Brentford's kit sponsor next year, they've got a new sponsor coming in. I think I'm right in saying they're paying between £7 and £10 million a season, right? To sponsor the front of the shirt.
Yeah.
Tottenham, AIA, is 40 million a season. And they, by the way, don't have a relegation clause. So if Tottenham go down, AIA still have to pay 40 million a season. How is it fair that you can never, ever bridge that gap? You just can't get close to it because the revenues,
look at Newcastle now, right?
Yeah.
The richest owners in the world of sport.
And you can't move.
No.
So what? And
Manchester United finished so low in the table last season, but they're going to spend over 200 million.
Now, I don't believe that you should ever put a club into debt that you can't afford. However, I think if you can prove, no, we're not lumbering any debt on the club here. We are paying cash. We've got the money.
Yeah.
We want to pay it. Let us do whatever we want. There is no debt here. We're not lumbering Newcastle United or Aston Villa or Everton with any debt. We're lumbering them with nothing. We are spending this money ourselves because we own the club. You should be allowed to. And that top 6, and this is what you're seeing with the Man City charges and all those things, they will not allow it because they're like, well, we're the most important part of the league. You see it in the global numbers that are watched around the world.
Yeah.
It's massive. And the drop-off is huge between a West Ham Crystal Palace game comparative to an Arsenal Crystal Palace game, right? But we're at a point now where this FFP is just hindering everybody. So when you ask me the question of what do West Ham want to do, what can they do? What can any team do? Because the league themselves are preventing clubs from ever being able to truly compete when you put such restrictions on them. And at the same time, one of these top 6 can have 115 charges and it will take a decade to deal with. I just think we're at a point now, and the Premier League have to be very careful, because what makes the Premier League great is the incredible competition around it, and not what makes it great is how many people are watching in other countries on TV.
I've just been told we lost you there. Can you say all that again for me? Is that
Sure.
right? I've about 9 minutes ago.
I've said it so many times.
James, what a pleasure. We've got a list of questions here away
You can
from
ask
football.
him.
We just don't have we got time for a couple? Oh, producer's good. Okay. So these are just some lighter questions. We knew you were coming in, so our production boys and girls have put together some funny questions. Out of all the reality TV shows, does Celebrity Traitors tempt you the most? Would you do that?
I guess so, because at least there's an element of warmth. Oh no, but I think the best sort of celebrity show is like Last One Laughing. The Jimmy Carr show.
The first was
I would say it's that.
Bob Morton was genius. Question 2, with Ryan Reynolds and KSI doing it, would you ever want to own a football club?
Well, I think it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because on one level, your romantic side goes, yes, this would be amazing.
West Ham?
I fear, like if someone was buying West Ham and there was some kind of, I don't have the money to be able to do that sort of thing in any way, but I do think you could put in place some things at West Ham where you would start to be working 5 years ahead of where you are right now.
Would you like to be the new Karen Brady? Is that what you're saying?
I think I could do an okay job.
Question number, I think 3. If you were going to write a comedy about a sports team or story or an individual, who would it be? That's a tough question to throw on you. Would you like to write a sports comedy, I suppose?
I'd love to try and write a sports film. There was an amazing story, it's too long to tell you now, about an ice hockey player, which was an incredible story, which I've always thought would make an amazing film. Yeah. Okay,
that's nice. Who do you want to be next James Bond?
I'd really like it to be Callum Turner, because I think he's a good working class boy, and I think it would be great to see somebody from where he grew up.
Yeah.
Be James Bond. I think it would be great.
Okay. Last one. Okay, so West Ham might be going down. If they are going to stay up, maybe they need some kind of Smithy speech to inspire them. If they were listening now, what would Smithy say to them?
Well, you wouldn't be able to broadcast it. You wouldn't be able to broadcast it. His issues would be more with the... the first thing... Should I tell you exactly what Smithy would say?
Yes, please.
He'd say, right, Nuno, I've got nothing but respect for you, and I like what you've done over the last 12 games, okay? It's great. And maybe we wouldn't be in this position had when you come in, you played a right back, and a left back, and then I think it would have gone quite off the rails. But that is, I think, a massive issue as to why I think Nuno is brilliant. I hope he stays. I doubt he will, but I'd love it. And if he doesn't, it should be Scott Parker, no question.
Okay.
But why he came in and played a right back at left back and a left back at right back, I'll never be able to get my head around it.
No.
Ever.
Have you enjoyed your time on the Breakfast Show?
It's fantastic.
Thank you so much for coming.
They've just asked me to take. They've just offered me the.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yours.
You know what, you've been so good today, James. You've actually won a pot of Goldstein's Golden Paste available at DamonBarber.com. There you go. That's for you.
That's all I've ever. Is it the yuzu? Yeah. Okay,
yes.
good.
Have you smelled it? Have a little smell of it. That's a real thing. Have a little smell.
It's a medium hold.
That would. Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's yours.
That's lovely.
It gets signed by me as well. It's yours.
Yeah, no, I can see that. That's lovely.
All
and
right.
this will be available on eBay.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to give some to Gabby, but. James, I love you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me. What a pleasure.
Let's a round of applause for the superstar, James Gordon. Right, coming up, we're going to turn our attention to boxing. Pat Brown is going to be with us next. Huge thanks to the brilliant James Gordon, one absolute legend. It's 9:19. More from me and Gabby right after this on The Breakfast Show.
It's going to be a fun run. I mean, with the Premier League, I think it really is in our hands now. I can't see us giving it away with our remaining fixtures, especially Burnley at home next Monday night, which I will be going to.
Yeah, I feel as well, Man City will drop points. I really believe it. Bournemouth away. Irio's last game, home game of the season, and they're fighting for Champions League. That's a tough game for Man City.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. If obviously Aston Villa go and win the Europa League final, doesn't that open up
sixth place? Yeah.
Yeah. So Bournemouth have got it all to fight for.
Because Brighton have got two winnable games behind them as well, so they know they probably need 2 wins. Bournemouth.
Yeah, Brighton have been in great form as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But guys, I've got to tell you, and I know you guys have probably already been told, but a lot of rival fans listening to this are going to think I'm crazy. I actually, a few weeks ago, had Mikel Arteta's face tattooed on my forearm.
No,
I don't believe you.
I really have. It's on my TikTok page. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of it, am I?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, so if for anyone listening, it's called Arsenal.overflow. And yeah, you'll find it on TikTok. It's pinned at the top of my profile. I had Mikel Arteta's face tattooed alongside Thierry Henry and Emirates Stadium in the background because I do believe in this man. I do believe he is the one that's going to get us over that line, get us the trophies. And once these come in this season, I think we're just going to keep on going. Then I think the next couple of seasons we'll continue winning a lot more silverware.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win, because we're giving one lucky listener the chance to win a massive £25,000. Oh my God. Go to talksport.com/win to enter now, and you could win 25 grand in your hand, tax free.
Oh, that's incredible.
Get that winning feeling courtesy of talkSPORT Win.
Thank you very much.
Find out how to enter now at talksport.com/win.
.24, it's a breakfast show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor. How good was James Cordon?
He knows his stuff, doesn't he?
Doesn't he just?
He's
very
spot on.
passionate.
He's spot on, by the way, about the financial fair play rules, PSR rules.
Good take on it, wasn't it?
Yeah, because like I said, Andy, you ignored me. Manchester United, where they finished, spend what they want, no problem. You did ignore me. You didn't want to go into it.
I didn't. Well, we're running out of time. I'll have it with you another day.
No, but you know what I mean.
Well, the biggest club in the world should be able to spend the most amount of money.
Haven't won the Premier League since 2013.
Yeah.
But you can still spend what you want because you bring in the biggest revenue.
That's right. That's fine, isn't it?
How do Villa, Newcastle, teams like that catch you in revenue?
That's the problem. But
that's not your problem.
Well, no.
Okay.
It doesn't mean Man United. Well, what you're saying is Man United should be punished for having the most amount of revenue.
It's not fair they can spend more.
No.
Aston Villa spent 30 million.
We're going over now. Look, producer Ollie's thrown his caviar out the pram. Look
30 million.
Live boxing returns.
In the Premier League.
Shut up.
Sorry.
Live boxing returns to the talkSPORT Network this Saturday. His home favourite Dave Allen aims to overcome the odds against Philippe Hrgovic at Doncaster's Eco Power Stadium. It's Dave's first fight since that first round victory over Karim Berajem in February. I think that's how you say it. Right, opponent Hrgovic is ranked in the top 15 by all the major sanctioning bodies. Delighted to say we're now joined by a close friend and colleague of Dave's, unbeaten British cruiserweight boxer and talkSPORT punch machine record holder. Let's not argue with him. Pat Brown joins us now. Pat, good morning to you.
Morning, Pat.
Morning, you all right?
Oh, we're good. Your record still stands on our punch machine. No one's got close to it since, Pat.
Yeah, I remember doing that, and everyone thought it was staged because I ended up hitting the backboard behind it, but I genuinely went through it. But yeah, I'll come back once it gets broken if it ever does.
Yeah, I think we've got to mend the wall behind it first before you do that. Right, let's talk about your mate. Do you think this could be a defining fight in Dave's career?
100%, yeah. It's obviously his biggest test and that, and you know, people are saying he's bit off more than he can chew and stuff, and you know, they can all think like that. Obviously, it's a tough fight, especially when you look at Dave from his previous fights with the way he's looked as well. But it's definitely not as tough with the condition he's in now. He's mentally clear-minded. I don't know if you've been looking at his Instagram post, but he's in the shape of his life. He's just done a post today saying he's gone and see his grandma, who he's not seen for God knows how many years, and that, and he's sorting his family. Not that the problems, but he's that clear-minded and that on it. His mindset's just completely changed, and even I know that with being around him, he's a lot more positive. He's a pleasure to be around.
Pat, we had him on after the Makhmudov fight, and he was honest. He says, you know what, I wasn't at my best. I was disappointed. I could have done better. You know, he speaks honest about his performances in fights. But what you will get out of Dave Allen is entertainment. That's why fans love watching him fight, because he's there, isn't he, for a brawl?
Well, that's it, yeah. People want to see some windmills against, obviously, like you said, the top 15 in the division over all the organisations and that. And, you know, this is the entertainment business. As much as it's a sport, you know, people want to get entertained, and Dave Allen ticks all the boxes.
Yeah.
You know, he's a man of the people. Everyone can relate to him to an extent. I definitely can't really relate to him. Some of the stuff he does, don't get me wrong, but no, it's exciting, and he puts bums on seats, and that's what it's all about.
Just a quick word about his opponent, then we'll get your views on Wardley Dubois from last weekend. Would you say that Hrgovic is a world level heavyweight, or maybe just an echelon below?
No, he's definitely world level, 100%, especially with the crop of heavyweights in this generation now. He's 100% world level, just with the fighters he's been in with as well. And obviously he boxed Dubois, and that was a proper slugfest. He's got a chin, he's very tough, and he's a big lump, and he can throw hands as well, fast. So he's 100% world level, and that's why you got to take your hat off for Dave, because he never shies away from a fight, and he's unpredictable. He said to me after the Makhmudov fight, that's it, he's just going to have British fights and settle off in the sunset, and then all of a sudden he's changed his mind. But you can only respect him for that, and that's why he's in the best shape ever, because you know he's up against it.
Pat, what about the fight on the weekend? I was watching it with some friends, and I couldn't believe the punishment that Wardley took and how hard his chin is. I mean, the punishment he was getting off Daniel Dubois after the fight, I had to message Fabio and say, "You're one of the biggest warriors I've seen in the sport."
Yeah, 100%. It was an entertaining fight at the start, and then I started not to enjoy it towards the end. I thought Fabio's team should have threw the towel in. And I know it's easier said than done when I'm not a boxing coach, but the number one job as a boxing coach, in my opinion, is you've got to look after your fighter. Yes. And when your legs are gone and you're looking up and around and stuff, and you're going off just your heart, it's nice to see for maybe a round, but then them sort of fights, they can turn you into a vegetable, and I didn't enjoy it towards the end, I'll be honest with you. And Fabio Wardley, you can only take your hat off to him, because what a warrior. I think for me, watching a fight, I didn't watch it live in person, but watching it like obviously live on the TV, that's the most brutal fight I've ever witnessed.
Agreed, mate.
Okay, before I let go, I have to ask you about you, Pat, because it wasn't that long ago. I think it was last month, wasn't it? You won the WBA International and IBF Intercontinental Cruiserweight titles. What next for you?
Yeah, we're looking at hopefully, I think Vidal Riley now he's going on to a world title potentially, so he might vacate the British title. So that might be up for grabs. It's all up in the air still at the moment. I've got a little injury on my hand, which will get sorted. I did that in my fight in the second round, so I'm just looking after that for the time being. But I can still train and keep sharp. So yeah, my next fight is going to be a big one. Hopefully for the British title. If not, it'll be a good domestic fight, and yeah, I'll be straight back to it. Hopefully in the next few months, but I'm off to Egypt Sunday as well, so I'm watching Dave, then I'm going to have to drive from Doncaster straight to Manchester Airport, because I've got an early flight to Egypt to watch my mate Jack Catterall to become a world champion, so a special week coming up.
Yeah. Well, listen, it sounds like you're a busy boy. Appreciate you finding time to speak to us this morning. Thanks for that, Pat.
Looking forward to see you fighting soon.
Oh, thank you very much. A nice one for having me on as well. And there's the little dog.
Dog watch. Little dog watch. Good work. Pat, have a great day. Thanks, my friend. Thanks, man. Just a reminder, Dave Allen against Filip Hrgovic this Saturday is live on talkSPORT. And, of course, you can watch that fight on DAZN. Dave against Goliath, live from Doncaster. Then
some fighter, Pat, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through this really quick because look at the time. Mate.
Yeah, hurry up, then.
Then on Saturday, May the 23rd, it's Glory in Giza as Alexander Usyk is in action with the WBC heavyweight title up for grabs. So join DAZN Ultimate now. Watch Dave Allen against Filip Hrgovic. Plus, get 12 or more pay-per-views a year, including Usyk against Rico, and no extra cost.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
I look back on it, it's probably one of the best shows we've ever put on. The main event was just unbelievable. Unbelievable fight. Two absolute warriors who gritted their teeth and gave everything. And the place was rammed out, it was sold out, and everybody there, they were just enthralled by it.
And of course, we saw it happen in the early moments. Frank Dubois picked himself up from the canvas twice after all the question marks about heart. And I know you bristled at these questions before the fight, but is Daniel now no longer a man to be doubted?
Well, look at the punches that he took. And he got up and he gritted his teeth and got on with it. And he's matured, and he boxed extremely well. I watched it back on the replay on TV, and I thought it actually looked better on the replay than he did when I was watching it. I thought he was excellent, and he was so good afterwards. The way he praised Fabio for his, the part he played in the fight. It was magnificent. And anybody who doubts Daniel now, I don't know what planet they're on. I mean, he's matured mentally, and I believed in him. We've stuck with him. We believed in him and stuck with him, and he delivered for everybody.
I think you thought the heart issue, the heart question, was a valid one before the fight.
Well,
Simon.
I didn't think it was a valid one, but I thought it was a legitimate narrative. I don't think the heart question is any more relevant to Daniel Dubois than it was to Zerda Ramirez last week when David Benavidez knocked him and he went down on his knee twice. I think it's a narrative.
Boxing. It's a sport that makes multi-millionaires out of the world's best fighters, but it's not as flush with cash as you'd think. We all see how much the likes of Tyson Fury or Canelo Alvarez make every fight, but that's not the case for those just starting out, or those who aren't even at that level. For example, if you've just turned pro and don't have a promoter, you have to sell your own tickets, cover the cost of the venue yourself, and pay the tax man at the end of it. You might not even break even, but if you do, you're looking at 5 to 10 grand max. A mid-tier fighter might make more like 10 to 50 grand, but you still have to give up half of that in costs. So unless you're fighting for a world title, it's tough to make money. One potential way of doing it, though, is being a journeyman. Here's former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver explaining how that could work.
They want to fight every week, and they can be going in against the prospects, so they can demand good money, and they might be demanding like 5 grand, 10 grand for a 6-rounder or something because they're going in with a prospect. He gets through that, the journeyman gets through that fight, and he can fight again next week.
I mean, even so, it's not much, and you're getting punched in the face for a job. It's only really at the top level, i.e. fighting for titles, where you're earning up to 6 figures and can afford a diamond chain or that Ferrari. So boxing isn't a sport that allows you to retire at 40 and live a life of luxury. Much like a lot of other sports and jobs in general, it takes an awful lot of luck quite early in your career to really make it worth your while.
.37 is the talkSPORT Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. How you feeling, Gabs? 20 minutes to go. It's flown by today.
Easy show, mate. You got guests like that, Andy. Keep them coming, mate. Who you got on tomorrow?
We've got Paddy McGuinness joining us tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Don't
just got a
stop.
big break. You see, he's just got a big break. You know, big break's coming back.
Yes.
He's just got that. So that's good. Perfect timing. Big Bolton fan.
Spot on, mate.
Yeah.
Heard them guessing his age earlier.
Who guessing?
On the early breakfast.
All right,
I
okay.
think Sam guessed 42. What is he?
Oh, he's got to be at least 15 years older than that, hasn't he?
Has he?
How old is he? Do you know?
I think he might be early 50s.
Okay, by the way, he looks amazing. Have you seen him recently?
Yes.
He looks annoyingly good. That's on tomorrow's show. Right. It has been the story of the morning. Southampton booked their place in the playoff final, but at what cost?
I know they're trying to find that little bit of an edge or whatever it is, but spying that's frowned upon.
We will assume here and now that nobody from Southampton has told this analyst to go and do this.
talkSPORT can confirm Southampton Football Club has today been charged with a breach of EFL regulations.
If they don't win this playoff semi-final, I think a lot will depend upon how Southampton behave and how they operate in terms of disclosure and what they do and don't say.
Next ball in. Oh! It's gone in! It's 2-1 Southampton! A freakish goal that might send them to Wembley! Shea Charles!
The club has made a statement. I can't really add anything because it's just an ongoing investigation.
We're going back to the hotel and try to pick ourselves up, and then we fly home tomorrow, and I don't know, to be fair.
Yeah, I feel this one's going to run and run. Reports emerged yesterday Southampton are likely to face a sporting sanction, such as being excluded from the playoff final or a point deduction if they are found guilty of Spygate. Shea Charles scored in extra time to win a game full of controversy, actually, which boiled over into Tonda Eckart's press conference when he was asked this question.
It's an ongoing investigation, and the club has made a statement. I know I don't like having to repeat myself, but just ask you to respect that, because that really is the only thing I can say at the moment.
Why are you not going to say now what you understand or what you want to say down the line?
Because it's an ongoing investigation, and nothing that I say at the moment is going to make an impact on that. So it's not easy for me. But it doesn't change. I would say something, it's not the moment.
Are you a cheat?
Thank you very much.
Just show some respect.
Just show some respect, that's all we ask. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, well done. Thank you.
What I'm surprised about is that usually they have a press officer next to them, and before the manager comes in, the press officer will say, you can ask this, you can, do not ask that. And then the press conference starts.
Yes.
I am surprised those questions were
And also, when you ask the wrong questions, the press officers as well, they won't let you maybe come in again.
Yeah.
They've got the power of it now.
What's he going to say? Listen, I get that the journos are trying to get a line for the morning's papers. I understand that. But at the same time, ask him once, he's batted it back, then just leave it. All right? What do you expect the fella to... Yeah, we are cheats and we should have the book thrown. It's just not going to happen.
And was it his idea? If it was his idea for the spy, he's probably thinking, don't want to say anything, leave for the investigation.
I don't think it would have been his idea.
Might be.
Okay. Let's head to the phone lines. What should happen to Southampton if they are found guilty? Gareth is a Derby fan. Gareth, good morning,
Gareth.
How are you doing?
Good morning. Nice to speak to you.
Likewise.
Lovely day in Derbyshire, as always.
Are you all right? You well?
Yeah, I'm fine, yeah.
Good.
I'm on top.
Good.
And at Derby County, remember, we deducted 21 points when they had the issues, the financial issues. Now, Southampton have been given as much money as Derby County went down for with parachute payments. I think they should have a points penalty. Teams receiving parachute payments should get a points penalty, something like between 10 and 20 points for receiving them. Or they could actually say, we won't have them and we'll compete with the rest of the teams fairly, like Derby County are having to do now. And this issue about spying, they knew it was against the rules. They should ban them from taking part in the playoff final. They should put Middlesbrough.
Why though?
And I tell you what, Derby fans haven't got any love for Steve Gibson, because he made it difficult for us when, Derby went into administration. He actually took us to court, I think, or threatened to, because he thought we'd got an advantage.
But Gareth, you say ban Southampton, but there's no rule in the rule book that says if you spy, you will be banned. Leeds got fined.
It was against the rules because it came up with Leeds and Derby, didn't it?
But it doesn't say that you get banned, does it?
They just disobeyed it.
But there's no rule that says that you will get banned from the next game.
Well, they need to put some punishment into it. But as I say, the big issue for me is parachute payments, because what's the point in having teams in a league that have got about 60 million more? I don't know how much they get these days for parachute payments, because that must be worth 20 points, being able to sign players on wages like that, which most teams can't. It's an unfair league.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. We know why we have parachute payments, right? Let's speak to Dan. He's a Leeds fan. Hi, Dan. How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning, Dan.
Morning, you all right? How are you, Gabby? And me, all right?
All right, mate.
You sound very sprightly.
Me, I'm all right. Well, I'm back to work, so yeah, I've been on holiday, mate. So,
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Lovely.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
What, today I'm on my way to Swindon.
No. Where'd you go on your holiday, I mean?
Oh, on holiday. I just chilled out. I had Tuesday off of work, so I watched Spurs game on
okay.
Monday night.
Lovely.
Go on then. What are you phoning up to say, Dan?
And by the way, Gabby, I do all my washing and everything myself, mate, so there you go, yeah.
Yeah, I need to learn from you, mate.
Are you married, Dan?
I'm not, I live on my own.
Oh, well, that's why then, isn't it? That's an unbelievable statement. Otherwise, it's just left in a heap on the floor.
Well, that's it, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Go on then, Dan.
I just think it's crazy. What has football come to? You know what I mean? I mean, deep down everywhere, we all cheat. Of course we cheat. And that's how we get tactics.
You speak. That's why you're
yourself,
single,
mate.
That's why you're single, Dan, isn't it?
No. I just think it's crazy, but to take them out with the playoffs would be bad. But like Gabby said earlier, Leeds got it done to him. Marcelo Bielsa did it because, in my eyes, he's a legend, isn't he? You know what I mean? He's God. But I'd say nice one. Well done for doing it. And, you know, it's tactics ended there. And I think people just need to get a grip.
It's not. Thanks for your call. He sounds very happy. It's not
Everybody
necessarily
cheats.
tactics. Everybody cheats. Speak for himself.
I know, Dan.
He should be phoning up the sports bar with those two. Nothing to do with us. Coming up, the superstar guests. They keep coming. Huge music artist, mega Man United fan, cyclist as well. Ollie Murs will be joining us live on The Breakfast Show after this.
Cable work.
Oh, is it? Okay, so, yeah. This is Never Ever by All Saints, but why are we playing it, I hear you ask? Well, I think this is nuts what I'm going to tell you now. I was out Saturday night, with our friends John and Emma, right? Went for a curry. And, are you all right?
Sorry.
Turn it up, he wants more of it. Turn it up a bit.
Sorry, no, carry on, sorry.
Go on.
Ready?
Here we go, you got a good bit now. Come on. Vocabulary runs through my head. The alphabet runs right from... Oh, he's going to struggle with that. Oh, you got it.
What a tune, by the way.
So I was out with my friends on Saturday night. I went out for a curry. And John's wife, Emma, said to me, I've never, ever, bearing in mind she's our age, right? I mean, I'm a little bit older than you. Ever had a cup of tea or coffee. And I went, I don't believe you.
I don't believe that.
And she said, I don't want to quote the All Saints, I promise you I've never ever. And I went, you must, like, maybe 20 years. I've never, ever had a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. And I find that insane.
I think that's crazy.
Yeah. That is bizarre, isn't it? Now, when I was talking...
Chris O'Dowd! When you get the offer to be the voice of a sheep...
Yes, you can only dream, really.
Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser! Well, how much of Rip does your husband in real life have about him?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a man.
He's a dude. Kirsty and Phil!
Can we
talk about one other thing.
We can talk about loads of things. It's an interview.
Wake up, it's a beautiful morning.
£9.49, we're nearly done, Gab. You've nearly earned your £4,000 for today. This is the breakfast show with...
And a rest.
With me and the Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor. What show we brought you today? We really have. Continued fallout to Spygate with Neil Warnock. Some brilliant callers as well. Well done, by the way, if you have taken the time to phone in. Thank you so much. A controversial revelation from Gabby, who, let's just say, refuses to do his own packing or even dress himself in the morning. As if that was enough, TV icon, huge West Ham fan, James Cordon, was in the studio for 45 minutes. And we, of course, got his thoughts on Sunday's mega VAR decision, which saw a crucial point snatched away from the Hammers.
I've not met anybody who isn't saying that it's not. It is a foul. The point is there's 5 other fouls happening at the same time. So what determines which foul you're doing? And the sheer inconsistency in VAR is the very thing that's making fans so angry. It's you cannot allow. So, and I actually think this is going to come to a head at the World Cup. I think because suddenly we're going to have so many different referees from so many different leagues, and I think this really only happens in the Premier League. This new, and it does feel like it's only this season. The idea that the players are literally, I mean, like,
wrestling, yeah,
they're wrestling players down to the ground and just hoping that the referee's eye or that the ball is somewhere else, so that VAR go, this is this, and so I do think it is a foul, but I think the sheer levels of inconsistency and the fact that obviously it's against Arsenal, who are a team who have done this a lot this season.
Yeah. He was fantastic, wasn't he? He was great. As always, you can catch up with anything you've missed on the free talkSPORT app or the talkSPORT YouTube channel. Would you believe it? The big guests keep on coming. I'm so excited I can't even talk because we're joined now by this legend. Yeah, to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Soccer Aid for UNICEF, multi-platinum singer and TV presenter Ollie Murs stepped away from the stage to take on one of the toughest challenges of his life. I don't know why he's doing this. He's head examined himself on Monday on a grueling 400k bike ride across 5 days, all to raise vital funds for children around the world. That's why he's doing it. Yesterday was Ollie's most grueling day yet, so let's catch up with the man himself as we say hello and welcome to the Breakfast Show, Ollie Murs. Good morning, Ollie.
Morning, Ollie.
Morning, fellas. How are you?
Oh my goodness,
well, mate.
We're okay.
Stay in me. I've just seen myself on the camera. God.
Yeah, maybe you should have one of those filters on.
I need something, guys. Honestly, thanks for having me on.
Our pleasure, man.
I need a bit of cheering up this morning.
Yeah, tell us where you're at. I mean, physically, you've got another race day, right? What's in store for day 3? Where are you at? How bad's it been, Ollie?
Well, yesterday was it was called the Relentless Day. So yesterday we started off with a 20k road cycle, then into a 30k mountain bike cycle, and then we went into a run, 12k run, and then it was another 40k cycle, and then last night, which I didn't know because the challenge is called the unknown, right? So at the end of the day, they said you've got to go and do a row. So I had to row through the canals down to Stafford. And yeah, it was grueling, mate. It broke me yesterday. It was a tough day. It was a long day from 8 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. My legs are sore, my arms are sore, everything's sore. My bum's sore from the bike riding. But, I'm doing it for all amazing charity and for UNICEF and for all the kids around the world. And I just got to remind myself every time that every step forward, every pedal it's for them.
I'll come back to as well, Ollie. When you're doing something that's for a great cause and a great charity, the pain doesn't matter, does it? You get through it somehow. But what part of it was the hardest for you? Was it the run or was it the row?
It was the rowing at the end of the day. I don't know if anyone's done rowing before. I don't know if you guys have ever done it, but it's just a skill that I don't normally do. So when I got there last night after such a grueling day, my legs were in bits.
Yes.
They were so heavy. And if anyone's been on a rower in the gym, let alone be on the water, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
The terrain, the bushes, the boats. I mean, I'm going to get so many insurance claims because I hit so many boats yesterday. Angry people. There was this lovely couple that was stood there. They were going, "Go on, Ollie, go on, Ollie." And as they were saying, "Go on, Ollie," I just went straight into the side of their boat, and I was apologising. I'm so sorry, guys. But like you said, Gabby, I'm doing this for the families across the world and the kids that need the help. And I'm very blessed to have the life I live with my kids. And all I want to do is keep them safe and protect them. And there's kids in the world that are going through wars and in real bad situations. So this money, and I've seen firsthand what UNICEF do and the incredible work they do across the world for everyone. And I just like you said, every day I'm just thinking of them, and I want to do my family proud as well. I want to do, I just want to do a great job, and I'm trying my best.
Ollie, you're a pretty fit guy anyway, but I know you had a problem with your knee. How's your body holding up at the moment?
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really struggling. Yeah. The thing is, if like Andy, because I've spoke to you privately about it, the extent of my knee is quite bad. I've had 5 operations on it. So they've broke it many times. I've got a reconstruction ACL. I've got loads happening. So every time, especially when I'm doing the running,
incredible,
I just feel it every time. Every time I take a step, I could just feel this pain going through my knee. But then now I've got, my calves are sore. Obviously, my hamstring is telling me to go home. Just everything about it's tough, but like I said, I'm doing it for them, and I've trained hard for this. But mentally, I'm just it's so hard every day doing this. But
how long you got left?
Just got to get to the end.
When is the end?
The end is Friday at the London Stadium, and so that's my aim. I've got to get there. I know my wife's going to be there. I know she'll be there at the end because I know she wouldn't let me down. So hopefully she's there at the end, and I'll see my kids, and that'll be amazing. And hopefully we've raised a ton of money. I think at the moment we was close to like 200,000 or something like that yesterday. Wow. So we want to keep going. I want to keep building it, and I want to get as much as I can for UNICEF.
Can't you just hop on the Jubilee line to get there? It'd be a lot quicker.
Well, they did say that I'd be riding. Obviously, I've only been on a cycle, but I could have gone on the tube. Maybe no one will know. Yeah, I jumped on that.
Before I let you go, usually we'll be talking about more pain when we talk about Man United, but it's been a decent season, right?
Yeah, you know what? It's been good. Yeah, I think, I don't know what you guys think, but I don't think it's been particularly great, the performances, but we've got ourselves over the line. We've got ourselves third. I think that's pretty much sealed now. Champions League football. I think there's still so much to improve on, but it's definitely been a better atmosphere and a better feel. The fans were all back on side. I think there was a bit of a moment there with Amorim where it just didn't feel right. So, yeah, I love Carrick. I love what he's done.
Would you give him a job?
Whether he's the next manager for us, I don't know.
Okay. Listen, Ollie, what we do know is that you're an absolute superstar. Yes. Keep up the great work. How can people donate before I let you go? Remind everyone.
Yeah. Well, you can go onto my Instagram, or you can go to Soccer Aid website and just type in Ollie Murs, and it will come up with the way to link and donate. And honestly, as little as much as possible. Everything we do gets doubled by the government. So just if you can get involved, that'd be amazing. As little as much as you can, that'd be brilliant.
Love it, mate. Thank you,
Ollie. Well done. You're an absolute legend. Keep going, and enjoy Friday when it comes around. Hopefully sooner rather than later for you.
I love you guys. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
How great is that?
You do something like that though, Andy, like the pain you just get through. I remember during COVID, do you remember when we wasn't allowed to do more than one exercise a day in COVID?
Where's this going? Yeah.
I done one with Petrov, right? We done 6 kilometers every 4 hours through the night. We done 8 of them. And the last two, me and Petrov were running this 6 kilometres, calves, hamstrings, screaming.
Yeah.
But you just like to yourself, you got to get
Oh, well done for that. Yeah, well done. As an ex-footballer. Well
Have you ever done that, though?
He's a singer. He's cycling around the world.
No, I'm not comparing. I'm saying that when you do stuff like that for charity, you have to not stop.
That You're right. And well done to you and well done to Ollie. In fact, well done to all our guests. A brilliant morning, I guess.
Yes.
Ollie Murs, of course, Neil Warnock, Pat Brown, and the wonderful James Cordon. How about that?
Can you pack all the stuff away?
Well, I was going to say, I'll be back alongside Gabby tomorrow morning at 6, as long as he can get out of the building alive. There's a lot of women in the office now.
I'll be fine. They understand.
Yeah, you want to put your Andy Jacobs mask on. Actually, maybe you don't. Paddy McGuinness will be our guest on tomorrow's show, amongst some other huge names. So make sure you join me and Gabby from 6 a.m. tomorrow. Stay where you are. Jim White, Simon Jordan, and the legend is Danny Murphy. They're up next. I'm guessing discussing all things Spygate. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. Have a wonderful day. Be safe, everyone.
The FA would very much hope so. That's, Middlesbrough win the game.
Right, Simon. Oh. I don't know what happened there. Went into a time loop.